Face pussy!
Oh shit!
I'll try to time it with
Let me see
hit
you
it.
come and get me, piece of me. Krueger, pussy!
Pussy!
He's like burn face.
Yeah.
You burn face pussy.
Freddy, we were hiding
Freddy!
there, you burn face pussy!
Pussy!
I love Kincaid. He's the best part of this movie.
Kincaid's
we're
awesome.
about to talk about. And if you don't know what we're talking about, has a little something to do with the creepy burn face pussy. Name Fred.
Man,
And
Fredward Krueger.
That, I'm Edward Krueger.
Ooh, I have nothing. My brain stopped. I'm just JC Walsh in nap time. Here we go. Look at that. And I brought this back again. A little Nightmare on East Elm Street from Conscious.
I have they live on Elm Street.
All right, well then for you,
Freddy's dead on Elm Street.
I had to think long and hard about this one.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Oh my god, that's just as good as me and my Jason. I love it. Well, better than my Jason.
That one. Sorry, that happens a lot. It's kind of
like jumping spider.
It kind of springs up once in a while. It's like in part 2 when he just keeps waking up with it.
Oh man, you're really cutting the rug with that joke.
Yeah, it's true. Sorry, bitch.
Springs up like Springwood.
You can call me the good old Wizard Master Scrooge.
Wizard Master.
Wizard Master.
Dream Warriors.
Take a seat.
One of the best heavy metal songs or 80s metal songs of all time, Dokken Dream Warriors, by the way. We are watching and talking about, not watching, we already watched. We are talking about
hundreds of times.
A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. If you haven't caught on already, if you're not a fan of the series, you probably should get yourself caught up on the series or franchise because it rules and is one of the most pinnacle and iconic horror genres, or not genres, franchises ever to ever exist. Obviously the most probably, I mean, I don't know, it's a toss up, right? Because like you could argue for any of the big three anyways about who's more iconic, meaning Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger. Technically, the youngest one out of the three, as far as when they came out, is
Mr. Fredward Krueger,
right? Fred Weird Krueger.
Fred Weird.
But Fred Weird Krueger. But he also, in my opinion, personally, maybe because I'm a little bit more biased to it, I feel like he might be the overall most iconic, but I think it's only because he's the only one that talks. So I think he might shine a little bit brighter than the other two because he's a little more like strategic and what's the best word for it? Cerebral. Like he's a cerebral assassin. You know what I mean? Like
she's Triple H.
Yeah, maniacal. He might be, maybe that's where
Triple H got it
from. Who knows? Oh, Fred Krueger. You know, the other two are kind of like lumbering dudes, you know, and they both do their thing and they both have their wits about them, and one of them might be a zombie and one of them might be a cult leader. Or
excuse you, one is definitely a deadite. So
one of them could be a deadite, right?
One of them is a deadite.
I think the other one's a spirit of Sam Hain, like the real.
Right. Well, that's a lot of people. Right. Exactly. Has a thorn tattoo.
I brought my pillow with me just in case if I get really afraid, and just in case if I have, and just in case if I have a nightmare.
I'll get mine in a minute.
Nightmare. Very good.
Just in case. So hopefully Freddy doesn't get me with my nightmare pillow.
Yeah. So why did we pick this one out of the whole franchise to do randomly? Because we kind of decided unequivocally to talk about some of our favorite overall horror movies in general for the month of October. We all had a ton of ideas and plans for the month of October, and with time and life, especially life lately, we only have so much free time this month because there's a lot going on. So a lot of the ideas that we had, brilliant as they might be, we'll have to push them off over the next couple weeks after. And I think realistically, fall time in general can really house most of the Halloween ideas we had. So we're gonna have some more fun. We're gonna bring some people in. We do need to get some more, fans or guests or whatever on. But for now, it's us three having some fun, bonded by horror. You guys know know who we are at this point. Or hopefully, or if you're new to the show, welcome. I feel like this is gonna be one of the ones that gets some new people in because these bigger franchises seem to attract people, right? I mean, arguably the best of the series or franchise. I know some people I know some people have their own opinions on which ones could be. Actually, Ben, shout out to who made that shirt? Which company made that?
T-Villains.
T-Villains, that's right.
Oh,
I tagged you in it, and then you got it.
T-Villains is awesome. They just released another shirt today. It's a Oogie Boogie one. So.
Oh, cool.
Your guy bought that one.
Too many fucking good shirts lately, man.
They're so fucking cheap though on there.
I had to stop myself from buying yet another. No, actually, It was Dead End Threads that put out.
I know that feeling.
Series
Rock and Fun just did the awesome fucking Beetlejuice one too, which I really liked.
Yeah, the Toy Snobs and Rock and Fun, which I have with their last matchup. But the problem with those companies is there's no problem with them. It's awesome that they have this problem, but the fucking wait the whole time for those shirts to come in because they're all so backed up.
Yeah, I had to wait over 2 months for this one. Which,
yeah, it takes months.
Nothing against it, and plus,
no, it's awesome. You're
Hurricane, what was it? Ida,
really fucked a lot.
Was that the hurricane?
Yeah,
whatever.
Really that was the last big one.
And T-Villains was right in New Orleans. So when they sent like a personalized email, it's like, dude, it's fine, man. Shit happens. I don't give a fuck. I spent like $15 on this, dude. Take your time.
Yeah, it is what it is. You want to support artists in general. So
100%.
Like you want to buy vinyl to support bands and things like that. But these shirts are.
It sounded like Freddy and Dan were riding on that motorcycle. Bad year, true. Dan. Sorry.
This shirt I actually got from a company. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember who the fuck made it. It's on like
that one's so cool.
The company's not around anymore. It was like it's a one-off, and I've gotten stopped so many times. I only wear it once in a great while because I don't want it to wear out.
I thought that was Fright Rags. That's not Fright Rags.
No. This company's not around anymore. Something Claw, like Candy Claw or something.
Oh, okay.
Candy Claw Productions. They're not around anymore. They only did like a little bit, and then they came back for a minute, and then they disappeared again.
Mine's Gutter Garbs. They got a lot of good like cult classic stuff.
Yeah, they're a good one. There's a lot
Fright
of
Rags
cool.
Too.
Fright Rags is another one. I think one or two of theirs. I have
Cavity Colors.
Graveyard fucking.
I think it.
Oh my god.
Graveyard Threads. Is that what it is?
Threads, maybe. I can't remember. But it's
Terror Threads.
Terror Threads is another good one.
Graveyard.
There's horror.
There's so many names.
There's horrormerch.com.
Hard Decor.
Yeah,
Hard Decor. Yes, yep. Not shirts, but a lot of great pillows. You love your franchises. You definitely get some awesome pillows.
Graveyard Goods is who I have.
Oh, Graveyard Goods. That's right.
I have a few of their shirts. I have 2 or 3 of their shirts now. I have. They made one of my Return of the Living Dead shirts. They made a couple Typo Negative shirts. So pretty cool stuff. So I have a couple of their shirts now. They were one of the first sets that I bought. They make a lot of really cool stuff. They're one of the ones that does like that weird Japanese shit on the sides.
Love it. Yeah, I think that's where I got my Halloween shirt. That's where I got my not Ash vs. Evil Dead, Army of Darkness one. I call that cool spooky stuff, but not enough. So, I don't have anything enough for the Krueger. I mean, as I said, as I'm wearing a Freddy shirt, and
this is the only shirt I have that has anything to do with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Listen,
but I've had it for a while now. I wore this to that one and only horror convention that I went to in Providence a couple years back. Was that like 2016 or 17, something like that? And I wore it then, and I had a lot of compliments then. I've worn it to a couple of wrestling shows, and people stop and be like, "Holy shit, where'd you get that?" You know, so because it's still, I mean, it's mint condition. I only wear it once in a great while. Anyways, that's besides the point. So talking about Dream Warriors, there's how many movies in this total franchise? What,
8?
9, right?
No, I consider only 8 because I don't count the fucking remake.
9, count the remake. I'll count it because I know nobody else will.
No, I mean I'll count it because it's part of the franchise. It's still a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street movie. It's not a good Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but it's a movie. You know, it does not hold up. That movie is rather disappointing because I remember when it came out, I was really excited for it because I'm like, oh, Jackie Earle Haley's a really good character.
I saw it 5 times in theaters too, man.
Yeah,
wow,
you wasted a lot of money.
I did.
I still enjoy it for what it is. I don't mind it. I still watch it, but I have to be in the mood for it. It's still enjoyable horror movie, but it's definitely.
I think that's just
it ranks in the bottom with it. Unfortunately, Freddy's dead. I'm sorry for me.
How dare you, man?
And I love Freddy's dead.
Freddy beat his fucking high score for you piece of shit, and this is how you treat him.
It's the Power Glove.
I'm sure. I'm sure he's
No, that's part
I'm sure he's
5.
okay. I'm sure he's okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Sorry.
Super Freddy
Super Freddy's top 5.
sucks.
See, I like Super
Super
Freddy better than
Death,
Freddy's Dead.
All right, yeah, I love Freddy Krueger. I can't rationalize Super
See,
Freddy.
what's funny is even though I know it's not a good movie, I like Freddy's Dead more than a New Nightmare. New Nightmare still my
New
least
Nightmare
favorite.
is
I love
easily New Nightmare is easily
No,
my least
second
favorite.
Second favorite, because I would still rather watch New Nightmare over the fucking that abomination that is the remake. I can't do it. I watched that movie in the theater. That's the only time I've ever gone to a movie theater. And
Wow, that was like
had
94,
the entire
95.
no. I'm talking about the remake.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
you and I went to go see it because that was like my.
No, I went to see it by myself.
Who did I see it with?
That's the only time. That's what I was
Oh.
gonna say. That's the only movie I've ever seen in a movie theater where I was the only person in the movie theater. But it was in the middle of the day. It was like fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. I went thinking that I was gonna like because they used to do the matinee prices. So I'm like, I heard that it's not good. Let me spend $7 instead of fucking 15. And I was the only person in there. The movie started. It wasn't even the right movie. They started playing the wrong movie. I had to run out of the theater and be like, "Yo, like I'm in theater, blah blah blah. See the sign that says Nightmare on Elm Street?"
Nope,
And it's playing
impossible.
like whatever the fuck. It was some bullshit. I can't even tell you what it was playing, but it was some other bullshit.
That happened with me when I
like,
went to go see Prometheus also.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and they
See,
played
that's
X-Men.
a movie that's contentious. I wouldn't mind talking about that.
I really like Prometheus. I think
it floats on the border of horror because it's related to the aliens.
well, it's because you get the end.
Really
it's definitely
movie.
better than fucking the Alien Covenant. That movie sucks.
I don't know. I've never really
like
seen
Covenant
it. Like,
better,
I've seen it
but I think
twice,
they both equally
Movie
have some
sucks,
serious
man.
fucking
Fucking
issues.
hate
They
that
both have
movie.
some serious issues.
It's not as bad as Resurrection or I mean I think
Now,
I
see,
like 3 a
I
lot,
would
but
prefer Resurrection over all of those.
So you know what's funny is I
love the
see the
comic
way,
book
like,
of that movie.
Kitty.
the way
I want to claw you back.
This is a great discussion because like I love Prometheus, which is odd.
I see. I think it's good. I like it a lot actually.
I thoroughly love and enjoy
I love
everything
it.
about that movie, which is weird because like I shouldn't love it as much as what I do, but I there's something about it. I get it's like Joe, how you are with some things where you're like, yeah, I get its flaws, but I love it. Like it's kind of like that with me. Like I know the flaws, I can see them. They're very glaring, but
Michael
I also think
Fassbender is great in that movie too, man.
Him alone saves
He's
that movie.
fantastic.
Him and who's the lead actress in that movie?
Oh, she's super hot too.
God damn it.
God, you see your
Not Rooney
nudie.
Mara. That's the girl from
Nightmare on Elm Street. No, yeah, it is. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, Rooney Mara's Nightmare on Elm Street, and she's the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, I love that movie.
Something. She's Numi.
Oh,
something.
Charlize Theron and Numi.
No,
Charlize.
Rapport. Yeah.
No,
yeah, but she's not who I'm talking about.
You're thinking of
Numi
Rapace, Rapace.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She's
awesome.
super hot too, man.
She's amazing.
She was the original girl with the dragon tattoo. That's right. That's how I know who she is.
Wow. I can't be too contradictory. I did enjoy Prometheus.
I fucking love both those movies
for what they are. Even with the flaws, but there's moments I have to be in a mood for them. I bought the whole collection of the Alien movies with Prometheus and Covenant, like one of those crazy steel
that's
boxes.
super cool.
So I did that so I can rewatch them again because it took me 3 tries to watch Covenant, which is crazy for me. I don't know what.
I'm biased. I like Predator more than pretty much everything the Alien has to offer, except Aliens. Except Aliens.
It's a wild movie. Aliens.
Do you have the Blu-ray of Prometheus? Because I think that got the extended cut, right?
I do.
So apparently,
that's just like 3 hours, isn't it?
And it drives me. But apparently, the director's cut or whatever is like that's the one you're supposed to watch. Like that movie.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that challenge. I'll do it.
Yeah, it apparently that explains a lot of the plot holes because that fills in all the stuff that was cut. That would like a lot of the reason why that movie.
Does it fill in the coochie coo bullshit?
No, I mean, yeah, but no, it's more. Apparently it dives a little bit deeper into like Charlize Theron's character, and it kind of tells you a little bit more about her and why she's the way she is, and like that movie's cut. So there's a this dude named Chris Stuckman who me and Ben both watch, or I don't know if he still watches him. I still watch.
Oh, I watch every video.
Yeah, I like a lot of what he says. He's a movie.
I didn't like his
reviewer,
opinion on Halloween Kills though. That's all I'll say.
Well, he also he hated 2018. He didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
he torched that movie.
It's fine to have wrong opinions, but that's okay.
That's him and the what's the flick pick John Flickinger or whatever. They which is like
whatever.
That's their right to like
right.
most of what Chris Stuckman says, I'm actually almost I did like The Witch to fucking you name Malignant. He loved Malignant. Like I like the way he talks about movies because he talks about them in a different way than a lot of other people. And he talked about he did this. One of the ways I found him was this Prometheus video. He does a breakdown of Prometheus, and it's like you don't even see him on camera. It's just him like narrating like this 9-minute long video on like what the movie was supposed to be, and like the differences with everything, and like that changed my like outlook on that movie. And I've still somehow never seen the director's cut, but it's supposed to be fucking phenomenal. Anyways,
well, keep that in mind.
Yeah, so see if I should probably try to locate
only on this stupid show will you have people talk about Freddy Krueger, go from Freddy Krueger to be like, oh, by the way, Prometheus is a really good movie. You should all rewatch it. All because I said something stupid, right?
Yeah, this is yet another show though where that went down a long path because we talked about, oh yeah, I saw this in a movie theater all by myself.
We're doing love letters, everything. That's what it is.
We are.
Doing that with everyone this month.
So we don't need to beat this movie to death because Jesus Christ.
I think Ben wants to beat this to death, right, Ben?
Oh, I'll beat something to death.
That's right. Excuse me, but so yeah, I saw the remake.
My dick's killing me.
All right, let's move on from all the other bullshit things, right? So let's I guess we should probably pull it back in a little tiny bit because this is the cool part about these love letter movies.
Too far, right?
you don't want to tug too far. You might fall off. But what's really cool about these love letter episodes where these aren't movies that we need to break down. None of us ever seen before, or like there's crazy themes and there's crazy like, oh, hey, what I think about one thing or you think about this. Like this movie is just a straight up fucking borderline perfect slasher movie from the 80s, but it's beyond that. So the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and I've already kind of touched on this earlier, the reason why it sets itself apart for me was like everybody when you were young gravitated towards one of these franchises, right? So like I was a Freddy fan. Like I grew up watching all these movies and his show on whatever fucking channel it was on, cable, whatever.
Freddy's Nightmares, boys.
So I remember all that stuff growing up. Some people have Halloween. Seems like Joe was in that camp. Some people have Friday the 13th. Like I was in this camp. I lean towards this and Leprechaun for some fucking weird reason. I still enjoy the Leprechaun movie.
God bless.
God bless you. I know I have this Michael Myers obsession lately over the years, but I have an obsession all three of them, but I think I've really been leaning towards Myers more lately. But it really started more with Freddy, Jason, and Michael. Michael is always more the Halloween nostalgia, I think, every year, and then and I'm pretty sure I watched it twice a year, but like I started Halloween 2 was my actual like love to that created my love for the Halloween movies. Halloween 2 started. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 started for me actually. So Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was my like love for the Nightmare movies, and then but Friday the 13th is the first one, so that's interesting. So I actually started with the first movie, the Friday the 13th, but with Michael Myers and Freddy, it was like the sequels.
That's cool. Well, I mean that kind of makes sense. So the first Nightmares, I think it's a kind of a standalone testament of its time. I think it was one of the first ones that took. I think it was one of the first slasher genre movies because it's not. I mean, it's not really a slash. I mean, it is, but it's
not straight. It's not straight.
I feel like there's no way you can
it's so much different.
You can't define Nightmare 3 especially as just a straight slasher. It's literally it's impossible.
No, I'm talking about the original. I'm talking like the first one. The first one's really, I mean,
and you can't say it's like really supernatural either, because like it's not.
I don't think any of these movies are straight up.
No,
I don't think any of this franchise is actually straight.
Just we call them cross genres. I mean, like it's set up like it's set up like a slasher movie, but the story is about sleep deprivity and teenagers and parents don't listen, and there's a lot to it.
Parents don't understand me.
It's about dirty secrets. It's about town secrets. So it has a structure of like a slasher, but there's so much more to it.
But at the same time now, so with these teenagers, right, in most of these movies, if you look at Halloween, kind of naughty teenagers, kind of do drugs, kind of have sex. Friday the 13th, that's exactly what he goes after. That's literally the entire franchise. It's more schlocky than
summertime fun, baby.
Sex brings him back to life. Exactly what it is. At least 3 or 4 times.
This is more like most of the teenagers in the Friday and the Nightmares franchise aren't they are innocent. Like they're not the ones who wronged him. The parents are. It's the reversal. So like
Sins
so
of
in
the sins of the father type of thing.
exactly to a T. Perfect phrase there to utilize towards this, right? It's just the parents are the reason why he is the way he's attacking the way he is. Where like Friday the 13th rather, the teenagers let the fucking kid die. So like turns the mother crazy, which in turn makes Jason, whether he's a spirit or whatever you want to consider him being, is the murderer. Michael Myers is kind of in between because you don't really know whether he's supernatural, you don't really know whether he's just a crazy guy, and unfortunately, with the amount of different timelines that movie and genre
it's really impossible.
franchise had, you don't really know. Like depending on which that is literally your choose your own story, and you can
love
fucking.
that.
It's kind of cool in its own sense because you can kind of now pick which story you like. This movie didn't get that, and I'm glad that it didn't because it didn't need it. I would have. I'm still bummed that the Friday series didn't get to make another one after the remake in 2009
because that show was so good,
really
man.
like that movie.
I love that
thought
movie.
It was fantastic, and also that would, and I think Kane Hodder's the one that said it best. Like that, if they make one more, that's 13, and then they can stop. Like it only makes sense at this point. Just make one more. Just get it out of the way. It's one more.
Yep.
And then you're done.
This is gonna sound so. This is gonna sound so bad when I say it. That'll only happen when Sean Cunningham is dead.
Well, no, you're not.
Well,
wrong.
no, you got Victor Miller. He won the lawsuit, so it's gonna be a whole different. It's gonna be a whole different ball game right now.
I get that, but and
Sean Cunningam's kind of industry. He's got industry with this,
right? And the problem I have with people like him is he's always been like, no matter what. And James A. Janice actually really talked about it a lot during Jason X. Sean Cunningham had nothing to do with Jason X at all. It was New Line Cinema that owned the movie at that point. And Cunningham constantly was like, no, I need a rewrite of this movie. No, I need a rewrite of this movie. You're not even involved in this fucking movie anymore. What do you mean you need a rewrite of this? Get the fuck out of here. He's like George Lucas. George Lucas needs to fucking go away or be locked in a box and then put in the fucking place where they put the what is it, the Ark of the Covenant with Indiana Jones. Do that with George Lucas. Put Sean Cunningham in there too and fucking wheel him away. Top men. They're analyzed by top men.
Wow, we just had an anti director creator rant there.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. Rant. You know who does treat their characters well for the most part? Wes Craven, because at least Wes Craven
he only made one of them. No, two of them.
He
right?
wrote this one. He wrote this one.
Yeah.
He did the whole thing.
Oh, kind of like
Ben have his
kind of like the first three fucking Halloween where
it's true.
John Carpenter
and Deborah
really want to do the first
Hill or whatever.
And the third one. Deborah Hill had a hand in all of them until she died, but
well, so did Akkad
Mustafa, or whatever the fuck his name is. Akkad Mustafa.
Akkad, whatever. Yeah.
Akkad, right? Yeah. Oh, all three of these movies. If you guys didn't know, on Netflix they do that. The movies that made us, just like the toys that made us.
That show was awesome.
Really cool
that series was great, man. The RoboCop one.
Yeah, the RoboCop one was awesome. That was my favorite. One.
Best one.
They did Halloween, Friday, and Nightmare. All three.
That's how I watch those because
RoboCop was
very cool.
Which is weird because
I burned through them this weekend.
I've always said it, and like I'll always make it really obvious which of the big three I like the most, and it's not Michael.
RoboCop.
Yeah, it's RoboCop easily. If you have to pick between Freddy, Michael, or Jason, RoboCop. I feel like I feel like that's the easy choice. No,
it makes sense.
I don't know. Fucking Nightmare on Elm Street is just it's just the best. It clearly has a ton of flaws. It's New Nightmare
depends
is
on which one.
Trash.
Yeah.
Trash. People hate. I don't know why people hate part 2. I actually think it's great for what it is.
I love it for what it is.
I think it's fucking awesome. Braden actually my roommate just watched it today, and he was like, it just made. And I get it from his perspective.
New Nightmare pictures.
I get it. I see, like, I try to watch New Nightmare a good amount because I try to be fair, but like, dude, it's so bad. I hate that fucking movie. Because to me, it's not Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not. It's a movie that features a demon that kind of resembles Freddy Krueger, but the movie is bad. So
Wes Craven did one of the best reboots for anybody even use the word reboots. I'm gonna do my own and still have this weird break the fourth wall thing. It's really good writing, to me. But yeah, whatever.
teach their own. And then
Joe's saying, "Hey Ben, go fuck yourself."
no,
Is what he said.
because
I'm busting him. I'm busting his balls. If you don't like it, he don't like it. But I'm busting him up.
we got the best fucking horror movie ever created after New Nightmare, and it's weird how that works because they returned to formula. That's all I'm gonna say. And
I mean, that's a movie.
it's the best horror movie ever made.
And Kelly Rowland's my fucking girl. That's all I'm saying.
I love it.
Besides Nightmare Part 3, Freddy vs. Jason, FVJ.
Well, you know what?
Best movie.
I know you're probably gonna say it, but I'm gonna take it. His great thing about Part 3. It
Electrocute,
links to Freddy vs. Jason. Part 3 links to Freddy vs. Jason.
Hypnocell, boy.
Does.
I did not know that until I rewatched it today. I'm like, oh shit, Hypnocell.
Well,
Now I really wish they continued that storyline from Part 3. That's why I think Freddy vs. Jason's awesome.
The opener,
that's cool.
where Freddy does his like big monologue, like Springwood Slasher, and he basically brings the newbies who don't know up to speed. He pretty much talks about Dream Warriors the whole time, and like most of the screenshots, besides a couple, which weirdly enough they reference Freddy's Dead a lot too, which I guess it makes sense. It's the last one in continuity. They reference Dream Warriors a ton, and then even in Freddy's Dead, they reference Dream Warriors a ton too because he thought it was fucking hilarious. It's like they even tried holy water, and he cuts his finger off with that. But he just keeps on ticking.
The Nightmare on Elm Street is the best for franchise when it comes to continuity.
Continuity.
If I'm saying it right. Continuity. Thank you, Jesus. So because it's actually because with Jason, like 1 through, well, they continue good, but I think Jason does good up till 7, but the movie starts to kind of decrease a little bit as a better movie. I think 1 through 5 and 6. I love 6, but 1 through 6 are actually the best of the Friday 13th, especially because the way they continue. But and then with Michael Myers, there's really no timeline with Michael Myers. It's like
as much fun as I think the first 2 Fridays are for what they are. In my personal opinion, like where they get good is 3 through probably 6.
Yes, exactly. Yes, the Jarvis trilogy. The Travis
3, 4, 5, 6 are easily the best.
Trilogy.
I'm getting excited. I'm sorry. The Jarvis trilogy is amazing.
Yeah.
I think those 3 movies are the best personally. But I mean, I'm biased because the best one's the one that's in the middle. Hey, what's the best part of an Oreo, Joe?
Right, the cream in the middle, cream filling.
The two.
Roy is
and what's
Roy
the cream in the middle in the Jarvis trilogy?
Roy.
my boy, Roy.
And I gotta retract a statement we were talking about Friday 13th a while ago. Where I was like, oh man, they don't make sense. It's like, oh, you can't have that many kids at Elm Street. I forgot about Kristen's power and how she's able to pull more kids. That's how he's able to transfer. And then with Part 6, he used his daughter. So actually, I retract my statement. They make more sense than most franchises. So,
huzzah!
Wow. See?
1773. Freddy sailed the Wild Sea.
The Wild Sea. At Freddy 101.
I don't know. That dude had no timeline. He was just like a.
It was the best.
Well, he was just a psychopath. Yeah. See, I can't agree with continuity.
Was it 1473? Freddy sailed the wild.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's Freddy sailed the ocean sea. I can't remember. It is.
I would say I love 6 have a fucking shit.
Let's figure it out real quick. It's got fucking cameos from Alice Cooper. It's got
Tom Arnold,
from Roseanne Barr, and Tom Arnold.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp does a quick cameo in it.
Yep.
He uses a power glove.
Yeah.
He's the Wicked Witch of the West from.
He is Wicked.
He references Looney Tunes.
He does a Wile E. Coyote.
Yep. When he pushes the thing.
And
that bus sequence is amazing.
It's very good. Personally, one of my favorite kills in the entire fucking franchise, which we should do a top.
Nice hearing from you, Carlos.
10 kills.
Yeah, we do top 10.
Ben already knew.
Carlos, which he's in Ice Nine Kills. Carlos.
Dude, Carlos has all the best parts in the movie. The part with the fucking map and he's all opening it up, and it just says "you're fucked."
Oh, That was
You're
my
fucked,
biggest joke last
What does the
year
map
when-
say?
when
It says we're
Waze-
fucked, okay?
You guys seen that post, right? When I was watching Freddy's Dead last year. I'm like, oh, this good thing we have Waze, and then Waze actually replied to my tweet. We try to be better than that, and I use it every time that I save that screenshot
awesome.
of Waze and the "You're Fucked" map.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was great. So good.
It's cool when shit like that when people respond like that. Well, they get it. You know what I mean? They get what you're
Yeah.
they get where you're going.
Good sense of humor, Waze. Good sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's good showing them. Yeah, so we should definitely do. I mean, I've been waiting to hold off on talking about this franchise because I want to do something special with it, like we did with Friday. But I'm glad that we're talking about the third installment in this franchise because this one is.
We should go
in my
with Top
opinion,
Kills, though.
it is the best one. I would love to do with Top Kills, and I think that's
Special effects,
another one
man.
of those fun. Yeah, I mean that's another one of those fun party ones. We can literally just do another top 13 if we want to, or we can just because it's fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, we can do top 14 and do one more just because fuck it, because whatever the fuck we want to do. Like we can pick a number and just do that. And
Damn,
then
I can't
maybe
have
we can
any
even
from
get a,
FEJ in there though. Damn it.
Why not?
Because none of them are good. Freddy only kills one person. He kills the brother. Or yeah, he kills the brother, and then that's it.
You could add. That's a great scene, though. That's a great freaking scene.
Freddy's back.
Great
Yeah,
freaking scene.
realistically, they're kill scenes, right? So this doesn't mean that like I don't know. We'll talk about that another time. That's a debate for a different movie. So here's the deal. We've already gone on for like 40 minutes about everything else other than this movie. So that's what's cool about these episodes is, guys, if you haven't seen this movie yet, you should probably go watch it. It's
Speaking of guests we eventually want to have on the show, NATO Max says, the man in my dreams is real, isn't he? He's real. Well, friend, he is. He
NATO
is.
Max, too sweet? Too sweet?
Too sweet?
Too sweet? Or in my world, too swole? How swole? That's how you do. NATO Mac, we love you.
Never heard
Scream's coming up. We're gonna do Scream soon. We have one more to get through, and then we're gonna do Scream.
Especially the new trailer just came out.
I have not watched it. I refuse to watch any more trailers. I'm done.
Yeah, well, I learned my lesson.
good.
Halloween Kills, buddy.
You got it. No, that's one of the ones that did it for me, and I haven't even seen the movie yet. But I just don't want to.
Good, because
I'm done with horror movies. I'm done with horror movie trailers, and Malignant's actually really what sealed the deal for me because I didn't watch one for it and I didn't know anything about it, and I'm glad that I did.
Good,
if I had
because
seen one,
Actually, the Scream one doesn't tell much.
Ready?
But still, at the same
Here's
time.
my opinion. The movie looks really bad. It looks so fucking
the new Scream?
terrible. It looks. I couldn't have
I watched
cringed.
it.
You're gonna lose a
Actually,
follower.
I couldn't have cringed any harder. At
No, it's gonna
I'm
make
Sydney.
Nate-
Of
it's
course,
gonna
I have a
make
gun.
I can feel Nate screaming right now. Actually, it looks fantastic. I don't know what Ben's talking
I'm
about.
Sydney Prescott. Of course, I have a
I
gun.
think Ben's kind of stuck in his Freddy
Damn it.
mode. He's forgetting
See,
about
I'm
what?
definitely not gonna watch it. Just so we're clear, because I can't wait to. I'm just gonna wait to see the movie and just go. This is my opinion. I love Scream.
I fucking love Scream. I actually like every single one of the movies. To be fair, except I'm not like the biggest. See, that sounds bad. I'm not crazy gaga over the first one like everyone else is. I like it. I'm just not crazy.
You
for
are
it.
definitely gonna lose. You lost Nate.
I think it's fine. I think it's.
You lost him. You lost him.
There are like four. There are like.
You lost him.
There are
You
two.
lost him. Well, he's talking a lot of shit right now. He's getting ready.
The only movie I dislike more than Scream. This is a bit, by the way. Is New Nightmare. That's it. Because it's like
you can't lose.
You have like people. You have like
show.
people under the stairs, and then you have like people under the
Well,
stairs.
People Under the Stairs is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You don't like that movie?
I'm saying it's
Is
at
that
the
what you're trying
top.
to say?
You see how this is the top, Ed? And then there's like
okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, and then there's like Last House on the Left, and then there's like Hills Have Eyes, and then there's you see where I'm going with this? And then there's New Nightmare.
Red Eye, which is awesome.
Oh, that is Wes Craven, isn't it? All right, well that's getting slotted in between
Hey, it's got what's the main actor in that movie's name? What's the bad guy in that movie?
Oh, who gives a fuck about Scarecrow, pussy loser?
Cillian Murphy? Oh, remember the guy you thought was a nobody?
Yeah, Cillian Murphy, who hasn't been in a movie since fucking Red Eye.
That's Ed saying to you, stop talking shit because you don't know the Scream movies will be good. We could do
Bitch. All right.
bitch. Prime
God.
time, bitch.
God. Oh,
We can use bitch as much as we want in this episode because that's Freddy's favorite line and he's so good at it.
damn it.
That line right, listen to me. Spoiler, play it.
All right.
Spoiler.
Ready?
We're just
Put
going
spoiler
for it.
bitch on
All
it.
right, ready? Here we go.
It's playing right now.
This, bitch.
There we go. See?
There you go.
Best line.
Here's the deal. We are not going to hold back. We're not going to give you a synopsis of this movie. We're just going to talk about how much we love it and our favorite parts of it, which is pretty much the whole movie. This is an easy one to talk about. I wasn't sure, and this is one of those movies where in my brain I go, oh, of course it's a classic. It's one of my favorites. And then I rewatch it and I go, oh, it is one of my favorites because it is a classic. Like, you have movies sometimes or books or whatever, or, like albums is the best. Music is the best. Me always bringing it back to music, right? Sorry, guys. That's what I do.
Nate said he's keeping his words to himself. Damn
Damn
it.
Save him, Nate. Save him, Nate. I love you so much. Nate, we have to have a Ghostbusters date.
Oh my
I
God, he
didn't mean
texted me.
I didn't mean
I'm not gonna do this. He just texted me.
Ah!
I didn't mean that to rhyme. Nate, me and you have to have a Ghostbusters afterlife date. I can't wait. Oh shit! I just said a 3. I just rhymed the whole thing. I didn't mean for that to happen. I can't. All right, so I love you, Nate.
Yeah, you better not be late.
Is coming. Yeah, for a very important date, or we might skate.
I'm not gonna tell you what you said only because I don't want to deter the conversation. We already done bad enough, so I'm gonna be.
I think it's hilarious.
I'll share later.
It's
Damn
funny
it.
is what it is. I love him.
You son of
So
a bitch.
Nate O'Mac knows I love him. All right, so because who you gonna call, bitch? The crowd has no idea what the fuck we're talking. We should start these things ready when we talk about it. All right.
Already beer.
It's all good. I'm doing whiskey gingers myself. I figured I had to change this a little bit.
What the hell is on the floor?
I have water.
So here's the deal with this movie.
Yeah, I got water too. It's a good move.
We don't need to tell you the whole fucking synopsis of the movie if you haven't seen it by now. Being one of the biggest ones in a franchise, being one of the biggest franchises in general, or franchises. What the fuck you want to say? Franchisers? I don't fucking know. It's just a phenomenal movie. It's very well done. It brings back. It kind of skips over and glosses over part 2, which is kind of fucked up.
Dude, it doesn't even fucking acknowledge it at all. Like, at all.
It goes from the first one to this one.
Wes Craven's ahead of his time. This is the spiritual sequel to part 1.
Yeah, but it is. It's because like the second one, just if you really think about it, if you step back, I know we all said we're fans of the movie, and I actually really like part 2 a lot.
Part 2 is really good,
dude. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but if you
it goes against every rule.
Have you watched the documentary?
No, of course
I'm saving it.
I love that shit.
I'm saving it for when we want to do the Freddy 2 and documentary conversation. I love.
Oh, that's right. We did say we want to do that. Okay.
All right.
So
then,
I'm saving.
Never mind. I won't say anything then because.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
We'll save it.
We'll skip. Well, just like this movie does, we'll skip over part 2 as well for now, because that deserves its own show. But this movie has a great cast of characters. I will be honest with you. I'm gonna say something real up front. Watching it tonight, even though I watched this, this is one of those movies, like a lot of other movies we've been talking about lately, gets like a 1 spin at least a year, if not 2, but typically at least 1 during spooky season during October. This is just one that I like to go back to. This is like the first Friday movie that I really tried to push on my daughter when she was really starting to get into horror movies. This is the one that you watch. Like, for some reason, you can literally bypass the first one and watch this one and go, oh, there's something kind of for everybody. This says the one-liner. This is where Freddy became Freddy. This is where they started giving the bastard son of 100 maniacs. Like, it's just, there's so much to unpack in this movie. And then the visual effects are fucking a lot of fun when he pulls open his shirt and there's like the kids,
all the souls, man.
There's so many cool things in this movie that we can gush about forever. But I'm going to say something that I don't like about it first before we go any further. That blew my mind that I never caught on to, that I didn't like until today. I watched this movie right before we started airing.
Me too.
Me too.
Right, we all did. We literally, so it's very fresh in all 3 of our minds, which is the first time that's actually happened. I cannot, maybe I just had it at the wrong level. I cannot fucking stand Patricia Arquette's scream. And I get why she's
really.
I fucking hate it.
It can grate at some point, but it's a classic scream cream thing.
It's way too much. There's one scene.
You bring it up.
The Philip scene where he's about to fall off, and she they break the glass and he'll run to the window, and she like stops doing it for a second, and I think it's because I don't know. I've never seen behind the
That
scenes thing,
person's been like, shut the fuck up!
dude,
Stop!
when you're that close to 5 other people and you're screaming at that
Screaming
high
it
of a
in their
level, they were
ear.
probably like, I guarantee you, dude, because she does it once, and then all of a sudden, like 4 more times when she screams Philip, it's just a normal yell Philip,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden she does it one more time. It's like 5 or 6 in a row,
Mhm.
and they like bookend. I swear to God, it's because they were like, "Yo, shut the fuck up!"
Shut the
like
fuck
seriously,
up.
while we're doing
I
this one
think
scene, just
worked-
stop,
it-
just stop
It
doing
worked
this.
very well
Mhm.
when she's first at the institution because she's
That I
freaking
got.
shit. That worked.
It didn't bother me there. It didn't
It
bother me
worked
there.
out when the Freddy worm happened. That's fine.
It didn't bother me, but I already caught on to
It
that.
was
It
starting to
like
get a
jumped.
lot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I
After
started going.
that,
But I
yeah.
get why they would. I get why they had it. I'm pretty sure this is her first movie, so they probably went. And she
Yes,
comes from
it
a
is.
lineage of fucking.
Was.
Yeah, she goes.
Oh,
Summer's
true.
right there. She comes from a lineage of actors in her family, so like I'm sure eventually she was gonna get into something. Still, my favorite thing she's ever done is Ed Wood, even though she's a very bit part in that. That, and I really do like the fuck is the movie about the holes or whatever with Shia LaBeouf or whatever. She's really good in that as like the cowboy lady. Anyways,
Yes,
that's a
it's
kid movie,
called
Martyrs
but
really cool, too.
Holes.
it's very good. Holes is very. It's a great movie.
Digging
but
up
I
them
would say the-
holes, digging
I
them.
think Martyr's really cool too. She was in
Oh yeah, I
Stigmata.
forget that she's in that. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
a good
really
movie.
good religious
I haven't seen
horror
that in a long
story.
time.
She was fantastic in that. I think that's
I
one of her
haven't
best
seen that in a
roles
very long
besides
time.
Freddy 3. Yeah, yeah. It's been a long time.
She was
Good call.
what else? I'm actually just looking right now.
She was in that show Medium.
She was Medium, I know that. Oh, yeah, oh,
Yeah, that was okay.
my favorite, besides this, my favorite Patricia Arquette movie. Sorry, I know I just butchered that name. And I'm actually not kidding here. Little Nicky.
Oh yeah,
She's the love interest in Little Nicky.
Yeah,
that's right.
it's a good movie, but it's not.
Turn the
good.
flash.
I loved, you know what, Patricia Arquette, and maybe it's maybe because it's from being a kid and being a fan of this movie for being a kid. I loved her character. I think she did a great job with the character.
No, the rest of her in this movie was
Yeah,
fucking
the screaming
awesome.
was, and I agree with that actually because I was watching like, wow, this is some good God damn it, scream queen moments, and then there's other moments like, holy shit, that is great.
Too much.
I
Yeah,
agree with
dude,
you in
there's
the
Put
Phillips
that on
scene.
surround sound.
Yeah,
No,
there's a few moments where you go, all right, enough. Like I get it, or like when they're running
Yeah.
around Freddy's like trap at the end, like the maze.
Oh,
and
the
she's- every
mirrors
other
and stuff.
fucking thing- Dude, every other fucking thing is that crazy high pitched scream. Like, and I think they were telling her to do that, but what the fuck? Like, I've never noticed that, but I don't know why I've never caught on to like how much she does it. I don't know. It must have just escaped me or something. But for whatever reason today,
No,
I was pinpointing it and it fucking drove me crazy.
I remember it all these years and then revisiting it, I'm like, holy shit, wow. Yeah.
It's just a lot. That's all. Just the amount of times that she does it. Because there's a few scenes where she does it constantly. Like everything she says is this like unbelievably high pitch. And it's just yeah,
it's like that.
It's too much.
And it's like,
Excuse me.
come on, man. Yeah, see, like
It's too much.
it doesn't bother me. I really like Kristen a lot. I thought she was great.
The
She's
character's great. Yeah.
she's awesome. Obviously, she's not the final girl for me, nor should she be with any of the fucking Nightmare movies. Obviously, it's Alice from parts 4 and 5.
Spoiler
Alice
alert.
is awesome.
No, I like Alice too, but it's Nancy.
Kristen
Obviously,
shows up in another movie, but for like 30 seconds.
what is her? It's Tuesday.
different-
Something plays her. She's like a rock and roll star now.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. Thank you. Tuesday
Yeah.
night.
She was pretty good at
She's hot.
Kristen. I didn't mind her.
And
But she's
my
a-
power.
No, she's also
Dude, that was cheesy.
she did one of the songs for
For
number 4 and
Part 4.
it's a really catchy song.
I didn't
fucking
know that.
awesome.
That's cool. That's
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
she
gotta say, I
makes
think-
music. She made
I
some.
gotta say,
Well, she
I
did,
think you guys might agree with me on this. This is kind of like, as a horror fan, this is our X-Men kind of, to some degree.
This movie, yeah. This is one of the
Yeah.
ones.
Or even in
X-Men.
Dream Master kind of too. Yeah, well, they have special powers, but it's only in a dream.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just never mind. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because like
You know, so,
Kincaid's
like-
super strong, and Kristen,
Yeah.
she can do fucking kung fu, and this is always
Or just like gymnastics.
no
The
kung
next movie is
fu,
where- no, the next movie is where the kung fu. shit comes in.
baby. That
Her
kid.
boyfriend has the kung fu.
Yeah.
Baby.
But then she gets it at the end
Which is
because
funny.
she
He makes
she
fun
takes
of
other
other.
powers,
He makes fun
remember?
of Super Freddy, but doesn't make fun of the kung fu scene.
Oh,
But-
it's
hold on.
terrible. Swish! I killed a fish.
But remember when when what's the not Kristen? What's the next girl's name? The redheaded girl. When
Alice.
she gets Alice, when she puts the bandana around her wrist, she sucks in the kung fu powers.
See,
all of
I
a sudden.
love that though.
Well,
I love what
well,
her fight scenes are better.
Well, that's the point of
I
the
love
Dream
that.
Master is the Dream Master absorbs all of the powers from the people
Right.
who died before.
Right,
And
yeah.
so she's essentially, actually, wow, good acknowledgement is she's like
That was
Rogue.
good.
She's Rogue from the X-Men.
Yeah, see? See?
So that's actually a very good comparison right there. Look at that,
See,
man.
that's why I like Dream Child's kind of returned to form to me. That Dream Child is like part 1 and part 2. So that's why I like
Was that number 5, right?
Yeah, with
Dream
Alice as a
Child-
kid.
Want to suck face?
So I love that
That's
movie.
4, dude.
That's
Oh,
what
it
the,
is?
the phone.
no,
Yeah, that's the phone, yeah.
no, that's got to be part 5. Oh wait, no,
Well,
you're right
one-
because Alice gets the electronic thing. That's right. You're right.
Yeah, she zaps Freddy with it. Yeah.
You flunk,
Yeah.
and he drops her on her fucking ass. So yeah, that's always what I'll say, dude. Holy fuck, I can remember literally every fucking Freddy one-liner. Like
Yeah.
that. Oh my god, that. But sometimes the placement of it will flunk in my head. But
And that goes right back to what Ed was saying with like part 3 is what really started. I mean, you had one-liners in the first 2, but this one was like the start. This is the one.
Well, I mean,
and
Come on, man. Welcome to prime time, bitch. Like, is there a fucking
There's
is
a
there
reason-
better fucking
there's quite honestly a reason why this is up here. It's not just
It's a
because
great
I think
scene.
it's funny that he has 2 little antennas sticking out of his head and he's poking out of a
Yeah.
TV.
Well, you know what? And this is why I love. This is why part 3 is a lot better than 4, even 5 or 6, because it reached the end of it reached that part of goofiness. But those scenes are still terrifying. The sleepwalking scene is still terrifying. The TV scene is still terrifying. There's a hint of cheese to it and really well done dark fantasy. But
Yeah.
holy shit, that's still creepy. They're still like you can still
Dude, the
enjoy them when
fucking-
you're a kid. When you like, if I was
the
a kid, I
marionette
still would enjoy
scene
them.
since
Oh,
I was
the
a little
marionette
kid has
scene?
fucked with me. I still have
Freaky,
a hard time
well
watching it.
done.
Or
done.
when Taryn gets the fucking the
Yes,
needles shoved in
yeah.
her arm
The
and like
needles,
little pepperonis
yep.
like sucking. That's
Little
fucking
pepperonis.
gross, dude.
Yeah,
They're
That-
fucking gross,
dude,
man.
I, like-
That's
Gross.
disgusting.
Yeah.
So this is the movie that started the whole trend that I feel like every other nightmare movie started. So you get this group of kids. They all have their characteristics. So kid likes marionette dolls and he sleepwalks. So Freddy takes
Yep.
advantage of that and makes himself a marionette
Great special
doll,
effects in
which
that.
that's
claymation.
it's fucking
very
awesome. Fucking Tara, whatever the fuck. I always forget
Taryn.
people's Taryn.
Sharon,
Taryn,
she had the knives and the like, very punk rock metal.
punk
one.
rock, and she's like a
So,
heroin
real
addict.
quick,
So that's what Freddy
real
did with
quick,
her.
Real quick, she's a fucking fox. Let's just call. it
She's
straight
hot as
face.
fuck. Holy shit, man.
She's a fucking fox. Oh, I lost you guys. But the one issue I had with her like get up, which I thought was great that she turned into a punker, is her knives were so pussy. Like they were like
Yeah,
these
it's
little
like they're like this
knives.
big.
Like, yeah, it's badass. So you're gonna you're gonna pull out switchblades, and then all of a sudden in one scene make them butterfly knives, which are not the same thing as
Oh,
switchblades. Which was really fucking weird. that the continuity
Hold on.
broke. Yeah, they fucked up
Thi-
a little
Oh,
bit
no,
of
I didn't
continuity.
catch
This
that.
is the part that
When
always
she
got
goes to
me.
fight him,
Hold on,
yeah, when
do
she
your
goes
thing.
to fucking fight Freddy in that alley, she like flips him open, and then all of a sudden like they fucking kind of do like a duel for a second. Yeah, well, I mean, whatever. I get over that, but I get over that. I get over that fast. But
We're getting a little
Look,
show from Ben.
Ben looks like a character in that game Pit Fighter, the claymation video game on Super Nintendo.
Ha ha
And
ha.
you hop forward, ha, ha.
He just looks like
Movie
a
sucks.
really
No,
bad
once
bathroom
Ed
scene
says
right
his thing, I'm gonna say my point that I always thought was funny about this movie.
now. Okay.
But go ahead.
All right.
Well, my point is she like they slash at each other, and then to like make herself look more badass to try to attack him again, she like flips them, and which are clearly
Which are
butterfly knives.
Weird.
And then she holds them again, and they're just fucking switchblades again. Like it's just a really weird continuity thing. And like I think the only I'm gonna pull out a Joeism, which is like, oh, they're in a dream, and like it makes sense. That's such a Joe thing, and that's all I can. That's the only way I can fucking
It's
give
like,
her credit for it.
ah!
Well, I mean, they were in a dream, so like
I'll always
'cause that's-
with her. I will always adore this scene. So when they're all standing there and like they're finally like in like
I have
the,
nothing to say.
and they're in the final
you're
nightmare.
right, I'm-
They're in the final
I'm not
nightmare
even
of the
fucking
movie.
involved.
And they're all standing there, and she's like, "I'm badass," and she's just standing there all the way in the corner like this, with their 2 knives in her hand, and like she's like looks so out of fucking place. Like, what do I do with my hands? And it looks so fucking awkward
Well, actually, Ben, the line goes like this: "In my dreams, I'm beautiful
and bad. No, but like then like the whole room goes red, and she's just standing there like, "Yep, I'm gonna do something eventually." It's just so fucking awkward. That
It
was
is
it.
weird, but she's still
She's still a
fine. The only
fucking
problem I
smoke
have
show.
with it, the only problem I have with it is that weird thing where like the weird little clip with their knives, where like 1 minute they're fucking switchblades, and then the next minute they're fucking butterfly knives, and it's so fast. I don't know how many people have ever caught it. I could be wrong, maybe just I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm right. We should try
I have to
pull it up,
rewatch it now. I would say my two scenes I have a problem with because one the two okay problem now me saying a problem is not it's just like nitpicking but I still love them. I had this problem since I was 10, okay, with them. So yeah, there we go. Look, I've evolved.
I
Whoa.
like it. I like it.
So both Taron and oh shit, the wizard. What's the wizard's kid names? I already forgot.
Pussy nerd kid.
No.
Wow.
Come
because we're
on,
not a bunch of
man.
nerds. Come on,
Nerds.
Ben.
Say one nerdy thing I've ever done, okay?
Will.
One.
His name is Will.
Will, yes. So Will and Terrence scene are like you get to see the power, you get to see them battle, but they're like one and done. They're moving the pace. They're keeping they keep into the time structure, all at the same time because they're one and done. They almost seem like they're ready to be all badass with their powers, and all of a sudden, like Taryn gives in to her drug addiction with Freddy. The wizard just runs to Freddy and gets captured. Like, why the hell would you run towards him? You know, and then now I can be Joe. I can do my Joes and be like, well, you know, the dream world, Freddy. You know, Freddy could, you know, it could be like that fear or whatever. But it's reaching a little bit. It's reaching.
You know why you know why it's wrong? Because of this classic thing called poor editing.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't know about Taryn's scene, I do know that the Will or the what the fuck does he play? Yeah, Will. The Dream Master scene, his scene was cut down. So that much I do know. And I only know that because of one of my favorite podcasts, the Purple Stuff podcast. They talk about Nightmare on Elm Street a bunch in the older episodes. I can't remember which episode they talk about it on, but there's an episode where they really dive deep and it might even be they do like a love letter to Friday Nightmare on Elm Street. They do one to Friday the 13th, and they do one to the Nightmare, and they talk about their top like 10 or 12 things in the genre. And in that same episode, they talk about how they met the cast. They did like a horror con, and they met the cast from the Dream Warriors, and they drank like with Kincaid and Will, and like they drank with all the fucking kids like that are now adults. And they like got like
that's awesome
pictures with them and everything else. But they talk about I have to see it sucks, man. I don't remember. It's got to be that episode. I'll send you guys that episode, and it's a fucking easy listen, man. Those guys are awesome to listen to. Jay from Sludge Central, Matt from Dinosaur Dracula.
This saved my Spotify. It's another one I really didn't dive into.
I love that fucking. I've now listened to every single episode because I went through a period where that's all. Actually, I'm not going to get into it, but I listened to a lot of it when I went up to Buffalo a couple of years ago with my daughter, and it was just an easy listen. They're all about an hour long, and I listened to. You have to drive for 8 hours, and they're fast and they're easy and they're funny, and they talk about shit that we talk about. So it was just like a really quick thing. So go shout out to Purple Stuff Podcast. Great dudes. A lot of nostalgia, a lot of stuff that we're talking about here, but they talk about. I'm pretty sure that's where I heard that from. That scene was cut short, and there was supposed to be something more to it. Like they're like if you really look at his costume, it almost looks more like a Dracula costume than like a wizard outfit. If you really look at like the way his cowl comes up, it looks more like a vampire or Dracula. So I think there's something more to him, and then they like.
I think the wizard outfit is based on the D&D screen that he has for the wizard game that they were playing. Also, to also go, but you're not off the mark on that though. Also to point to, not to go off of what we're saying, but to quickly diverge. Nate said a nice thing that I just read too. He said this third movie to me is what started the franchise of Freddy.
So he's like there with us. He's with me. He's with you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
For Nightmare on Elm Street.
You look, he's being nice to you right now.
It became the standard. Well, come on, man. Every time Nate and I talk, it always is like this. It became the standard of what each movie in franchise tried to replicate because it was a perfect marriage of horror and cheesiness that everyone that watched it could enjoy, except New Nightmare that broke the mold again. Well, that's weird. You actually just complimented New Nightmare. I don't know if you meant to do that.
He's a fan.
Which-
He's a fan. New Nightmare.
which-
Watch it.
Which led, I watch it every year, dickhead. Which
No, I
led
mean-
to Wes to do Scream, and it's the best. Which
See, there you go. See, there you go.
right, I think
No,
he's saying.
I mean, watch what you say with Nightmare.
I think what Nate is trying to say is,
you say what you want.
he's saying, which led to Wes to do Scream because it's the best.
Yes.
Do you mean like
He's right.
Scream 1 is the best in that franchise?
this?
Because I agree with you.
Ben, send Nate a link to our thing and just see if he can jump in to this right now. Let's see if we can do this
Oh,
live. Me
God.
and Joe can hold the fort for a minute.
Nate,
Did you
if
send
you're
him a
still
link?
here,
Oh, God, you're gonna do that? I'll be right back. Hang on.
well,
No, you're good.
we'll
hold
throw
the
the
fort for a
gauntlet
minute.
down only if he
I'll hold the fort
is
for a
still here and he'll reply in the chat. Because I don't want to send him a thing and be like, oh, what the fuck is this? And be all confused. So if you're still
Yeah,
here,
If Nate's still here, which I feel like he is, if Nate's still here, we're gonna send you a link to join us.
the gauntlet
all
is
you have to do is-
laid.
Yeah, Benny will type out how you sign in. He'll message it to you. But
That-
I would think it's hilarious if we just got a random fucking sign in. Actually, Joe, I'm gonna
A
have to do the
call-in
same.
guest, if you will,
A call-in guest. It'd be amazing.
to challenge my great brain.
Today, so.
Debate me.
Imagine if this is the first time that like somebody just jumps. They get so hot in the fucking the chats that we have them actually jump in.
Wait,
That'd
do
be
we have
great.
somebody? Is he in? Is he on?
No, we're
working on it.
We're throwing the gauntlet
Send him
down
a text
now.
message.
Yeah,
Send a
you
message- tell him to-
text
Joe,
him.
Text Nate and say, hey, message Ben for the link to join the show.
Oh, somebody has accepted this challenge to debate me, aka Nate. I'll throw this to you. Thrill me, motherfucker. Try to debate
I
why
love it.
Scream
Try
is
to be. We're
why-
not even doing this.
no.
going be.
We're not even talking Scream.
We're debating me.
We're talking about this. I just want him to jump in because I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
These shows have just be like gone off the rails, and that's what I love. I love the fact that these are just wild fucking shows.
You like text Nate. He can hear you right now.
I wasn't sure.
I
if
didn't know if he was still
I don't
here.
know.
He said he's
I don't
still
know if there's
here.
a delay. I don't know if there's a delay.
I don't know.
All right.
Delay.
How about this? I have to go refill my beverage too. Joe, hold the fort for a minute. Talk about how much you love. We barely. Oh no.
Pick a scene. I'll go for it.
What's your
'Cause I
fit?
kinda
Let's
lost-
roll.
what's
Let's
your-
roll it back a
oh.
little bit.
Go-
What's? See, I don't want to miss anything that Joe's saying. I'm gonna have to rewatch this shit. All right, Joe. How about this? What's your most surprisingly?
Oh,
Is there?
I got one. The graveyard scene. Or the junkyard scene.
Perfect. Yeah. Talk about that while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
So we got this crazy pace with this movie that I really, really love. I love the pacing of this movie because it does not slow down. It really holds you each, like, the opening scene to the institution. I don't know, mental ward back then. I don't remember what the hell they call them back then, sanitariums or whatever. I mean, I know it was the 80s, but I mean, 30 years, things change.
Oh yeah, true.
So I'm gonna say institution. So and then to like the shift in plot where like now you got two different and I love stories. Again, I say before why we like about Halloween Kills, you got two different stories happening or subplots. With Freddy 3, you got now everybody's in a dream world, but Nancy's almost boyfriend Neil, which I like them as a couple, and
Mhm.
her deranged ex-cop father, alcoholic, going to find the bones of Freddy Krueger.
I thought that was a great callback too.
What? Sorry.
The dad. The dad was a nice callback
Yeah, I
to.
love that. I love that. This movie is not always is a start to the Freddy Krueger movies and love of franchises, but when you got movies throwing callbacks, again, Halloween Kills, I think this movie started it. I think this movie started for me those type of callbacks, that connection to like previous stories and backstories, and not just the nun, which I know we'll get to that at some point. That's another little
Yeah, with Amanda.
story.
Yeah.
But they didn't force anything, and all flowed so well. Everything flowed just right. And then well, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, did you like the because I know a lot of people say that that's probably the weakest part of the movie. Did you like the Jason the Argonaut skeleton?
No, I love the.
I love it
it's
too.
just like Army of Darkness. We were raised on that shit.
Yeah,
those type of
same here.
effects. So when you see, and it's got gritty, dirty looking.
And he looks all.
skeletons,
I
too.
like how pissed he looks and shit.
Oh my god! I'm thinking to myself, I hope this scene holds up after being. I'm gonna be 40 like this Friday, so I want to see how this scene holds up after because I love it every time. I never get sick of it. And then watching it again today, I'm like, this is fucking great. This is the most. And then he has Freddy claws on his bone fingers. Come on, like so. Then you cross the real world with the dream world.
It's so corny, but I love it. Like I say, it's corny in like the best ways.
And that's where the dark fantasy climbs in. That's where the story of the dad, like the dad has a redemption arc for a split second, and then he gets killed. And of course, of irony, he gets impaled on the Chevrolet they buried the bones in. Chevrolet, I don't know, whatever the fuck they call it.
Cadillac, you
The
son of a
Cadillac,
bitch.
yeah.
See, not a
A
cop
GM
person.
product. A
You know, I
GM
write
product, but
a GM product, yeah, a GM, like yeah. So great kill scene and the great side plot to to the real world, to the dream world, and that like barrier of like that thin fabric of between those worlds. I love that scene. I would never get sick of that scene.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I've seen like for some reason it must be like a lot of like newer fans, so people younger than me would start being like, oh, that's stupid. Like why is Freddy Krueger in the real world? Well, which he's done it twice already prior, and he's a fucking weird angry skeleton.
Yeah,
I get it. Like I get why people think it's goofy, but
he's
I don't know.
protecting. I think he knew the moment they dumped his bones out. He knew. Oh shit! I got some people in the real world trying to mess with my shit. No, man,
exactly what it is.
that he knew.
100% that's what it is.
Yeah, that's so it's like don't mess with my shit.
And then I thought it was.
You don't rat on my bones.
People have a problem with that. Hey, the same people that have a problem with that, fucking shut up.
They're the same people that hate Malignant.
Morons. They're the same people that hate fucking Malignant. Morons.
Yeah, Fork Tongue. Fuck you, dickhead.
No.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I know.
dick ass.
I need to discuss Malignant with him. We haven't actually been doing it. Lots been going on. We haven't been able to do it. So we're supposed to get the train back on the track this week. We were supposed to do it the week that just passed. Shit's been going on, but we're supposed to get the train back on the track this week, and I'll finally be able to talk to him about the movie because Ray's seen it now too. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we think about that and a couple other things. We're actually gonna catch up on a lot, Midnight Mass and all that stuff too. So
I noticed this with a lot of new horror fans, and I noticed this even with Halloween Kills. I'm sorry I keep throwing it up there. People are having a tough time connecting weird plots or disjointed plots or subplots. I'm noticing that with a lot of people who watch older movies. They don't get certain things. I'm getting that with I feel like people need things spelled out all the time, and it's kind of crazy. It drives me nuts.
That's because that's not what Steve's issue is with a lot of these movies.
No. I'm just saying in general, and I'm not saying everybody's like this. There are younger people who get it. It
is a younger generation. It's because of a lot of
just some older people don't get it too.
A lot of what's out there now, in general, with the way the movies have been the past couple of years, a lot's been spelled out for them. So people just grow accustomed to that and are just spoon-fed bullshit, and then they just go, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to accept with movies and pop culture. And same thing with music, which I always tie back to. Oh, it's not metal unless it's on the fucking this station
it's in books too. It's in being a horror writer, I see some things with some people, fan stuff. It's just interesting, and then and it's like, and especially I'm loving a lot of new horror movies coming out today because they're really bringing back that old style with a modernized take, and I'm loving that. I think it's a great way to give different angles of the genre. I love this so much different stuff. So like when you see some of the new movies coming out today, it harks back to Nightmare 3. It harks back to like a lot of this type of filmmaking. Malignant harks back to like Nightmare 3. So yeah, it's just weird.
Do we have an incoming guest or no?
He said he would. He said he would try to link out now. That's what I was just recently doing.
We can keep going. We have time tonight. So
what do you think of the graveyard scene, Eddie? What do you think of
I love
Freddy?
Yeah, I also am a huge fan of anything stop motion. We've talked about that before. Yep. I love that kind of shit.
And they do it a few times in this movie, man.
And I love the
junkyard graveyard. Sorry, I keep saying graveyard.
I love the
car graveyard.
You're right.
And it's Freddy's graveyard.
Oh, actually, Ben, ready for this one? What's a better fucking what do we just call it? Not a graveyard. Yeah, graveyard, but what shit.
The
What do you guys
junkyard.
just call it? Junkyard. Well, my brain. I have a couple whiskey and cokes today, or ginger. I'm fired up. A little bit different than vodka. Vodka does a little bit something different in my brain. It keeps me
Sticking
like
my
stimulated.
sticking my Freddy beers.
Whiskey makes me a little bit more calm, so like I don't
Yeah.
fire quite as fast as what I do with vodka, or beer. So junkyard. What's a better junkyard scene? This or 13 Ghosts?
Ho, 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 ho. Ho,
And that's for
ho.
both of you
Oh.
and the crowd. And the crowd.
Oh.
Go ahead, crowd.
They're both equally cheesy and equally great. That's the crazy thing.
That's my love letter to you, Joe. Good luck.
Wow.
That's
All
a
right.
tough one because they're both fun.
I
I
have
believe-
fun.
I
Go
have an
ahead,
answer
Ben.
for you. So better junkyard scene between this and 13 Ghosts. My answer, and this is going to be a very polarizing answer,
Oh,
is
I bet.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4.
4, the opening scene, where the dog pisses on the fucking bones. I know that is.
You
that is
shouldn't
a-
have
Actually-
buried me.
That's
I'm
actually
not
the
dead.
worst
You're not wrong.
scene. I'm gonna pick the graveyard. I'm gonna pick Nightmare
When
3 actually.
Krueger!
better than 13 Ghosts.
Come on, man.
I like
Yeah,
I like 3. But I like,
I agree. Number
yeah.
3 is better.
although like
But
like,
yes, Nightmare
the
3.
opening scene 13 Ghosts is up there. I mean that scene is just
It's
probably one of the
pretty
best
fucking
parts
good.
of the
There's
movie.
a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it's the only good part of the movie.
And well, that's bullshit. But
Y'all, all you fucking just
You
suck
enjoyed it.
Matthew Lillard's dick.
it has
Fucking,
nothing
this
to do
is
with
it.
Lily Boy.
This is it. The
I'm
whole
just-
time.
I'm simply
Hey,
saying.
who cares what
in-
we do? Who cares what we do?
Are you gonna go
He's
see
in-
him at Comic Con and be like, "Oh, I love you so much,"
He's in two very good horror movies. Scream.
and Scooby Doo?
No,
Oh,
this is a motherfucker. Both Scooby-Doos are fantastic.
I
Who went back to
know.
Both
Scream
Scooby-Doos
now?
are fantastic.
Those are the only two good movies he's in. And Scream, obviously.
You've never seen SLC Punk?
What?
Punk's pretty badass.
You've never seen SLC Punk?
Nope. I've seen
Oh.
CM Punk.
Then
What a jerk!
you need to get yourself caught up, son.
What a jerk!
The second I see Matthew Lillard in a movie, I just grab my handy dandy nightmare
Well,
pillow and I do
Sounds
this.
like Ben's got a challenge now to go watch SLC Punk and watch a fucking good underground movie with Matthew Lillard. So
Do I have to?
you're welcome.
Nope.
I mean, I would. What else do you have going on? Fuck it, might as well watch it.
I will not watch.
Winter time's coming up.
What's
Gotta
that?
Be careful.
What's that Jason Mewes movie with Marilyn Manson in it? That's a good underground movie for all you fucking losers.
I have no idea.
Yes, you do. With Macaulay Culkin's in it.
Lost Highway?
Oh, Party Monster?
Yes, Party Monster. That's a great movie.
Jason Mewes is not in that movie.
Is that
That's
it?
What is
Macaulay
Party
Culkin.
Monster? What is that?
Oh, it is. It is. Then that. I don't know why I said Jason Mewes. Wait, what movie
Macaulay
am I
Culkin.
thinking of then with Jason Mewes? He's in a weird.
Beast.
No, nope. He's in a weird movie
He's in
that's like
Beast.
kind of. I know that, and he gets all pissed because his face gets cut off, and he's like, "Motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Oh, Feast.
Feast
well,
is, yeah, that's right.
no,
you said Feast is
oh
great.
my
You know, I'm
God.
sorry. I zoned out. I zoned right
No,
out. My
sorry.
bad.
Yeah, I don't know why I
Feast-
said,
Feast is fucking great.
dude. That's a great movie. I like all three of them. Or is there more? I like all three, but whatever.
I've only ever seen the first one. I tried watching the second one, couldn't get into it. But the first
Yeah,
one
I know
was
it's a
Rowland's
franchise, so it
fucking awesome, that movie.
terrifies you. So
great. Well,
oh, it has a sequel. Oh,
I stick to my guns on things. So,
oh. Did you watch any of the other 12 ghosts, or what? Did you just stick to the 13th one, Ed?
well, it's only one movie with 13 ghosts in the singular
Thank
movie.
you.
So
Damn
suck all
it.
13 of their dicks,
No,
all ghostly.
Yeah,
and
see?
not.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I won't because the movie's bad. I'd rather watch the remake of.
What else?
Would you rather watch Spooky?
All right, so what's your favorite? All right, then fucker. I don't know. Because there's only so much you can. I can't praise this movie enough. That's the problem. See this? What's your favorite nightmare sequence? You have to at least give it your favorite.
Bro, we gotta talk about the sequence. Phil, the sleepwalker sequence, is disturbing as hell.
And
When
I'm
he's
not
being
saying
a
just
puppet
kill.
with his arteries.
Mm-hmm.
Like his arteries are being used as puppet strings. I mean, that's amazing. That is, look, those effects. The effects in this freaking movie are off the hook. I mean,
I think
you
they're
know,
fucking top notch, especially for the era that it's in.
very top notch.
really-
And I even
I really
and
do.
I was saying earlier that when you left to get a drink, I was like, I was afraid the graveyard scene, this alone junkyard graveyard scene would be like, I was like, oh my god, am I still gonna love this? Is it gonna hold up to me? And yeah, it does. I mean, I knew it would, but yeah, I was even more pleasantly surprised, but everything like to it, the TV primetime bitch, which I said this to Ben earlier. I noticed the TV was doing the nursery rhyme, and it went 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, 3, 4. Better lock your door, and then the next part usually 5, 6. Grab your crucifix. If you catch on, it's actually now for that 5, 6. You're on prime time, bitch.
Yeah, that
So
was a good one.
clever.
I actually thought it was still really fucking funny. When they recreate, Nate, when you're in, if you can still hear us, click. I assume you're on mobile. Click. If you scroll to the left when you're in that Discord, it'll give you options. If you click that thing that says general and it has the microphone one, so it says voice channels, you can click that and it'll give you an option to join it as voice, and then we can go from there. You don't have to be on video if you don't want to. I fucking
click the camera and just throw your phone up, man.
I know. I'm just saying. I thought it was great when they recreated the Kristen nightmare, and Freddy goes on the screen and he's like, I where's my fucking bourbon? I thought that shit was so fucking funny, and he cuts the mom's head off.
And that was great too. It goes right back. It's another callback to the first movie where it called to like dysfunctional homes and parents who don't listen to kids or scream at the kids. He's like, or a mom who has a boyfriend who is like bringing this bad energy, and then it's like, where's my bourbon? And it's like, and then it's abuse. It's also part. Oh my god, I see a fourth square.
Oh shit!
I see. It's part abuse. So it's great nightmare. It's a great scene. Right,
what was the question again? Someone about was it your favorite nightmare sequence in this movie or in general?
just your favorite. Just in this movie for now, and then if you would like, I'll still just do this for now. Yeah.
Oh, personally,
in this movie.
Like that.
Oh, in this movie?
In this movie, and then if you would like, you can throw it to
probably the opening one where Kristen's walking through the fucking house, like talking to the little girl that didn't come when she's running around.
CM Punk.
Oh shit! Is that Nato back? I can hear him. Can you hear us?
I can hear him.
Best in the world. I can hear you, but I can't. I'm still trying to figure out this video here.
I would love it if all he did was just chant CM Punk.
Yeah,
the whole time.
The same way. Little camera thing. If you hit that, it'll.
Should be in the side or in the bottom. Oh
shit! Oh shit!
Oh,
yeah! Fuck yeah, Nato back! What's up, dude? What's going on?
All right, ready? He's got a Ghostbuster shirt on too.
Oh, how
Fuck
perfect!
Yeah. I'm gonna do a screenshot.
What's up, brother?
We're not worthy.
Get your eyes in there, dude. There you go.
Nato fucking Mac. What's up, brother? What's happening?
On, Phil.
Oh, I gotta get my own damn eyes.
Got my sweet him stuff in the background. I feel like a jabroni right now.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah. I can't wait to actually set up the episode where like we get to do the full episode with Scream and Nate, and how much Nate can prove Ben wrong on how good Scream is, and we'll do that.
I've never said Scream's not great. I just said I don't like it as much as other people do. People,
we get it.
So you know I'm smart.
Oh, that is what it is.
Oh, you're doing the old man thing. We can see your lips and your nose.
Uh-oh. Is he out of frame? Oh, he probably. Oh, turn your phone to the side, sideways. Yeah, it'll. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Yep.
All right.
That's better. That's better. It's still gonna be a little choppy. You're good. I love it because this is the first time we've had to do this like on the fly, so it always gets better as we do it. That's great. I love it. It's such a good surprise.
Growing
I
pains.
did a good job saving that picture. There we go. Okay, I did a snapshot. I'll send it in a message later.
Oh God. Off the rails,
now
dude.
We got the other old man breaking shit.
I'm breaking my own shit, man.
Part 3, Nightmare on Elm Street. The best Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously. Not New Nightmare. Trash.
I got it.
Well, 3 is better than New Nightmare, but New Nightmare is not trash. Come on.
It's trash.
I mean,
Nato Mac,
you're all wrong.
What's your thought process on? I mean, I'm sure you love it because you were chatting away with us. But what's your thought process on Dream Warriors? You're a fan or what? I mean, obviously, I would imagine you are, but
it's tied for the 2 spot. Number 1, which favorite is just favorite, doesn't mean it's the best, but favorite Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Really?
Now is this a bit or is it like unironically like yes, this is your favorite?
No, it's the favorite. So that the first one's the
What is
first
it?
one, hands down. Nothing can beat it. It started everything.
I get it.
But
I get that.
so it's Wes Craven's New Nightmare #1, the original, and #3 are tied for the 2 spot.
Okay, now,
But they give them 149. But to answer your question, New Nightmare,
mm-hmm.
the mold man, that and which we'll get into. Scream is my favorite horror movie. We'll save that for the next one now that I have this all downloaded. But
Yeah, we'll get you set up the right way too next
Painless,
week.
right?
Yeah.
It's or for the most part, it's pretty easy
Yeah, once you get in.
to set it all up.
Yeah, once you get in.
Now, follow-up question: where do you rank the greatest horror movie of all time, Freddy versus Jason, on that list? And come on, that's actually got to be your number one. That's like the, I know that was like, you know, haha, great bit, like, you know, New Nightmare's up there, but you know, Freddy versus Jason, come on, it's the best.
So does that count? Does that count in the line?
Yeah, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street.
I mean, it's as much as the remake does. We had that debate earlier where the remake.
Yeah.
Some people don't think it fits in the timeline, but
It actually
it's part of the franchise.
It fits into both continuities, sir.
Movie wise, also real quick.
Movie wise, but yeah, Freddy vs. Jason
does
a great job connecting
we don't
the
count
movies
the TV
up.
shows. Yeah, we don't count the TV shows because that's a separate. They're their own thing. They're like anthologies.
Mm-hmm.
But we count all the movies in a franchise, even the remakes, because they're still, you know, they're still canon. So, in their own right.
I enjoy a top 10 list. I could rank those.
We'll have to. That actually be interesting. So we have. So if we do the top 10, what is it? There's 9 total, right? So there's 9 total with between the first one down to what Benny's got on his shirt, Freddy versus Jason. I think. Oh no,
and it's the remake. Yeah,
remake is the 9th one, right?
Yes.
So if we do that in order, let's get our guest, NATO Mac, from top to bottom, or no, do the other way, from bottom to top. So 9 through 1. Give us your list in the Nightmare
on the
franchise.
spot. Top 9, boys.
Pull it up if you need to, and we can fill in whatever you're confused about.
Not that I did the right homework, but this was something else I was working on today at work. My Star Wars list.
I love it. I love it.
Was Last Jedi in the bottom, or
1000% Last Jedi, 11 spot.
My man.
Yeah.
So clearly, what this is doing is Ben and Nate are gonna have their own like spin-off show, and it's gonna be the feud between the two. And see what happens and stuff.
No,
go for it, dude.
Oh, this is hard.
Rank them.
All right. I'll do new. Feel free to banter for a minute while I write these 9 down.
No, go for it. You're good.
Freddy. It's Freddy and the 9 films instead of Frodo and the 9 rings. We'll do
fucking
that.
Nate. Killing the game.
Right?
Killing the fucking game. I'm gonna pull up the franchise on Wikipedia if we need any backup, just in case.
I wrote mine down. I could do a couple switch, but I got ready.
Oh, all right. Yeah, actually, here, let me.
Oh, we're all gonna do them? Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Don't be biased. This is your actual feeling.
We're having fun. I like it. The fact that we just had this is our first call-in guest in honor of the fucking the best of the lake himself, NATO Mac. we got him. Best in the world, best of the lake, my man. Also, AEW's product is by far superior right now, and that's just because the best in the world is there, but because it is the best. But
yeah, I did pretty good on that. All right.
8 days, I'll be there in Boston.
My man,
screaming like a little girl when CM Punk comes out. Can't wait.
You should. Nothing wrong with that. All right, who's going first with their 9 through 1? Who's going first? NATO Mac, you want to do the honors? A second, okay.
I'll go second. I'm still writing.
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go first? Because mine's
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, Nate,
first.
Joe, me. I'll go last. Go ahead.
What an insult!
You like how I just told people you guys what to do on your own pod right there?
No, you're fine. You're the guest. You tell us. All right. So like this is actually legit. This is I'm not saying this unironically. No bits. No nothing. So from bottom to top. So it's remake. So 9 is remake. 8 is New Nightmare.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So 9 remake. 8 is New Nightmare. 7 is probably gonna be Dream Child. what was that 7? 6 is Dream Master. 5 is gonna be Freddy's Revenge. 4, this is all off the top of my head. 4 is gonna be, ooh, this is the really hard one. This is the hard one, boys. Freddy's Dead. Original. Freddy versus Jason, Dream Warriors.
All right.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good list.
I can't wait. This is, if people watch this, if this is like a watched video, even if it's like a few hundred, I don't give a shit. I want to see people get so fucking mad in these comments, dude. I don't care. I
love that people are mad about
because of mine.
kills. I love it.
Whether Ben clips out we should clip out our individual top 10. Like, in other words, like this whole segment where we do our top 9.
I will gladly put the work in later once we're done.
Just clip this whole segment out.
Then make it quick. Say it quick. Try to put it within like a minute or two.
Who's next?
Whoever wants to go next, go for it. Nate O'Mac.
Nate said he'd go second, man.
Nate, go for it.
Second, Nate.
All right, I'm just trying to figure out which one I'm putting in this last spot right now. And
how about this, Joe? Are you comfortable going next? Joe goes.
All right, so we're going from bottom to top. So I'm gonna go with Ben's. I like that. So remake is on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy's Dead.
Okay.
Dream Master. Freddy versus Jason.
Damn.
Dream Child.
Okay.
Freddy 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Yeah.
New Nightmare. Part 1. Part 3 is on top.
Part 3 is on top. All right, I like it.
I feel like that's gonna be pretty.
This is on the top. Now this is like spout out. It may change another time. But
yeah.
With this,
this is literally this is so
on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is so
we should. This is something we should do more. It's like we should hit each other with like boom, top 10 of whatever the fuck it is. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, love it. It's like 4, 5, and Freddy versus Jason. That's tough for me because there's a lot of great things in all 3 of those and cheesy moments that can flip it either one of those. But yeah.
All right, so mine was Remaster, 9, so bottom. Then Freddy's Dead. Then we're going, this is where it was kind of tough, but it's backed out there. The second one. All right, cool. Then Freddy versus Jason in the 6th spot. This was a controversial one where I had to figure it out, but put the remake in the 5th.
Wow.
As much as it was weak, it showed a lot of the backer stuff that I liked, and it just made you want to hate Freddy more, because of what he did to kids. It's not really a face move. And then Dream Child and 4. I think I just wrote the same one twice. This one right here, the 3rd one for number 3, which is fitting. The original 2, and then New Nightmare for 1.
Wow.
All right.
That I will say with you with the remake, they did have the balls to make him more of a child pedophile before he was a murderer. That was very fascinating when they did that. I have to,
Which I always thought was weird because like it Robert Englund's Freddy, they outright said it. He never touched the kids. He always would just, butcher them. Yeah. Which obviously you have to be like, well, he killed them as opposed to, touched them. Yeah. So I actually like Nate's point a lot.
We were more comfortable with him killing them than
for sure. So I actually really like that mentality. So he still touched the kids, but he still had that shitty, like, stupid humor. So it kind of made you want to like fucking punch him in his face more. Like when he killed the dog, and he's like, "Oh, I just wanted to pet him," like, and he does stupid shit like that, and it makes you go, "Oh," when he's like, "Oh, I like you in the dress," stuff like that.
Go with that, and also remember when he's got the souls hanging upside down, and he's like, "We still got time to play." That's just gross. That was
the brain keeps ticking for another 3.5 minutes.
That is the best line. I think one of the best lines in the Nightmare movie. It's a great line, and it's.
I think we're also forgetting. The reason why I'm going to rank it the way I'm going to rank it in a second, I can't wait to drop this bombshell on everybody. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Nate.
No.
New Nightmare is number 9 for me.
Wow.
I can't. But in honor of Nate, here's what I'm going to do as a personal challenge to myself. because I love him so much. And to me, right now, he's to my right. I don't know where he is on the screen. I think he's down there. There.
Yeah, he's this
He's on
way
the
for
bottom
me.
of you on my screen.
He's right,
Yeah.
but he's down here for
So,
you.
in honor of Nate and Joe, I'm gonna give this movie an honest rewatch and see if it moves in my rankings.
I
And
will
I'll
too.
I'll let you guys know the next time we do a show, and that'll be it. So
Okay.
right now, it's my least favorite, only because I've
Can I
just
add
never
one more
understood.
I'm gonna rewatch it too before the spooky
I've never
season's over.
understood it.
It's been a long time.
You have something, Nate?
Yep. So I was gonna say, and here's why there's even a little more specialness, because it's what we're all about,
Hit me.
right? We be bonded
me.
by horror, by wrestling,
Yeah.
by music.
Mhm.
We all love nostalgia. I've been texting this to Joe a lot, and I'm not gonna cry on this podcast my first time through, but I
You're
texted
allowed
something to
to.
Joe today about a movie. First time I saw it was in his living room,
Okay.
Mhm.
which also now I'm just tying it in, was Scream. First time in his
Mhm.
living room. I went to the
Was
whole thing.
Blackmore?
Blackmore
Yeah,
was
the
the
Blackmore
living room
did.
was in the middle. But
Fuck yeah.
the first time I saw Wes Craven's New Nightmare was also Joe's apartment, but it was when the living room was to the left. Or
The living
into-
room changed in that part. It was really
So,
funny.
That's awesome.
now, add the nostalgia with a couple of us, 12-year-olds, eating some 25 bags of chips, drinking some jolts, maybe playing some Nightmare Before or After on VHS. And I remember seeing that, and it was all of us on the couch. And then we were so terrified because, again, this movie brought that. Oh, there we go. Benny's got it.
I got someone
Maggot.
Nate.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maggot.
Because it brought him in real life. We had to watch that like Prehistoria movie because Josh was having like a little baby hissy fit because he was so scared. We had to watch that little dinosaur movie. So the horror and shock of this movie. So
Can we just clip that part and just send it to Josh right afterwards?
yes, we can. Yeah,
So this is the nostalgia rub, in the business terms. This gets the rub a little bit for the nostalgia factor. Like I said,
I get it.
It's not the best,
I get it.
but it's my favorite.
Here's the deal, and we all have that. We've all had that with certain movies, and we've all talked about that. That it does have any movie that hits you the right way. Like what the movie we're lined up with to talk about next week is that for me. Like there's a lot of nostalgia.
Oh, we're
in the
doing
movie
it.
we're
I know we're
talking
talking about. We're doing it. Yes.
I'm gonna. You want to see me nerd out? We're gonna nerd
Good,
out.
we
Like,
want. I
I'm gonna be a
want to see
fucking-
that.
I'm gonna be a fucking. I'm gonna do my best to nerd out.
Demon.
It's gonna be interesting. Sure.
So actually,
Yeah.
can
Oh,
I?
so-
Oh,
Well, I
go
guess
ahead.
two
You
of
say
them I
your
know,
thing, and
but-
I got a
yeah.
question for everybody.
Go ahead.
But
Well,
no,
I haven't
you-
finished my top my nine yet. But go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
You so you do your thing,
You didn't finish
and
the timeline.
I actually have a
Right.
question that'll go into a big stem of things. So
Yeah,
go for
all
it.
right, let's have Ed finish his timeline.
All right. I'll do this as fast as I can. So don't worry. I know I'm long-winded.
Start
We'll
back
go
at
through.
9 so we can clip that.
I have, unfortunately, at this point, even with that touching story, I still got to go with New Nightmares my least favorite. Only because I just
drink
don't get
your
it.
tears.
It's literally the polar opposite for me. I don't have any attachment to the movie, and I think that's what it is. I grew up watching all the other ones, and then when this one came out, I was in a different frame of mind at this time in my life, so I don't have the emotional attachment that I have to this one that I do a Freddy's Dead or Dream Child or a lot of the other ones. So I think that's what it is. I really truly do think that that's why this one actually falls as low as it does for me. So it's not that I don't like the movie. It's that to me it's just it's a movie that somehow fits in this franchise, and it's nothing other than I don't have an emotional attachment to it. The reason why the next one's going to be the remake is because I, like Nate, really appreciate what they tried to do with the backstory of Freddy. And Clancy Brown fucking rules, and he deserves to not be in last place. So Clancy Brown being the fucking dad who like kind of essentially leads the mob to kill him, awesome. I hate the special effects. I hate the green screen stuff in that movie. There's a lot of issues I have with it, but the fact that they tried to give it a good, interesting new backstory and like try to freshen up. The same reason why I like and respect Rob Zombie's Halloween. I like the fact that they tried to give Michael Myers a backstory. I like the fact that they tried to show his fucked up childhood. Like I had one of those. I can relate to that. You know what I mean? Like so, I get that. So I agree. It's not in last place. It's not very good, but I agree that for me, it's also not in last place. For different reasons. Maybe after I watch New Nightmare again in honor of Nate, it might end up being there. So Nate, you might have put that movie into the nail in the coffin for that movie. But after that, God damn, we got. This is a tough fucking pick, man. Shit. Number 7. I'm on number 7 now. Jesus. Freddy versus Jason. Sorry, Ben. And then I'm gonna have to go. Look. I love the movie for what it is, but it's cheesy as fuck. Outside of the soundtrack being redeeming, there's not a lot there. Freddy doing kung fu, some weird shit. Outside of and Kelly Rowland's my girl, so she deserves to be out of fucking last place too.
But Freddy does kung fu in every fucking Nightmare movie.
Not really.
Yes.
Destiny's Child who? Or Kelly
No, but
Rowland?
he literally does
Kelly
kung fu
Rowland.
in this movie. He does
He's
it.
awesome.
So he
I don't care. Nope.
He literally says
Nope.
kung fu this bitch and Freddy's
Have you
dead.
never seen,
But for some reason,
motherfucker, that's the only movie that he ever did wire work. You're wrong. False accusations.
what do you mean?
I win.
He does wire
It's
work
my
in
game, I
FEJ. When
False.
Jason Voorhees, yes, no, it's not. When
Freddy
Jason,
versus Jason, that's my issue with it, Ben. Freddy versus Jason. Why Freddy versus Jason? Why is he doing wire work? It's not supposed.
it's
to be
Robert Englund. He's cool. That was
Hold
him
on.
actually doing the
Alright.
wire work when he jumps up out of the water and he goes, "What's wrong, Laurie?"
Yeah,
and he has the
exactly.
demon
It's not
makeup.
good.
How is that
It's
not
not good. Doesn't hold
I
up.
can't believe it. Can't
Freddy
believe
versus
it.
Jason is number 7.
Can't
Freddy
believe
versus
it.
Jason is number 7. Suck their wire work dick, Ben. All right. Then we're gonna go. Unfortunately, even though I don't hate the movie, we're gonna have to go with number 2. It just, unfortunately, in timeline-wise, even though I love that movie as almost essentially a standalone movie, when we talk about the franchise and what the timeline looks like, I feel like it falls out of the context. I feel like it's almost like the Season of the Witch of this franchise. It's kind of its own
That's
movie.
a really good point.
So unfortunately, it doesn't fall into the timeline because it's kind of retconned with all the rest of the series. So because of that reason, if we talk about the movie on its own, if we want to do, I'm going to rave about that movie. But it doesn't. We're talking about the franchise and the timeline. It doesn't fit, unfortunately. So that movie is going to be, what's that, 6? So now we have 5 left, right? And in that order, we're going to have to go. Oh goddamn, we're going to have to go Dream Child, even though I love that movie to death, and it's a big part of my childhood. That movie does not hold up as well. And Super Freddy sucks, as James J. Janice does say. We're gonna have to go, unfortunately, number 4 right after that. Yeah, you're right. You heard it right. I'm gonna put Freddy's Dead as number 3. That's right. Because that movie, just like New Nightmare for Nate, I watched the movie when I was 6 years old with my mom on my couch in a house that I lived in 4 fucking block, not even a block from here. And I remember watching it. I was very young. I might have been 7. I can't remember when it came out.
My first pay-per-view movie.
I watched it when it came out. Like I watched it when the fucking right after when it is at VHS. Me and my mom rented it, and I was very young and hid it under a blanket. So I remember seeing it very much so. And I know that it's not a great movie, but because of the nostalgia reason, it holds up for me. Then we're gonna have to go with number 1. Then we're gonna have to go with number 3. So number 3 is gonna be my number 1 Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Number 2 is going to be
number 1.
The first one. So they're going to flip roles. Number 3, only because of nostalgia reason, is Freddy's Dead. Then so on and so on. So that's a weird fucking list. It's a weird list. I know. I sorry guys, very odd, but I have my reasons.
No, that's cool. I think it's cool.
So now that we went over them, now that we went over these lists, we should cut this block out. That's actually a pretty cool 10-minute block of the show. But Nate, so with this one, because we are kind of honing in on Dream Warriors, do you have any favorite standout scenes? Do you have any favorite standout moments? I know you were in the chat, but now that you're on the actual show, what's some standout stuff for you, man? What's some stuff that you love and remember from this movie, and what makes this movie special to you, or not special, but a classic in your eyes, I guess is the way to say it.
One thing I can remember, which I was on type in the little chat and was too much, and I'm like, I think Joe's already heard it. You guys may have heard the story before. So another nostalgia thing, I remember it on the actual Friday, like the 13th, back in the day, we'd always watch horror movies as kids when it meant something in holidays.
Yep.
We did one it was Halloween, which again, didn't just tie it off there. Apples, Bobbing for Apples, Halloween, 1991. We're all like 4, 5, 6 years old. One of the craziest memories I ever had in my life. We were in the middle of watching this movie because we were supposed to marathon it. So 91, 92, maybe it was up to Freddy's Dead came out. So was that
Freddy's
4 or
Dead.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six.
Yeah, because New Nightmare is what, 95, 96?
New Nightmare is 94.
94. Yeah, because I was alive at that point.
So we were in the middle of watching this, and it was right after the classic, like it's showtime. All the power goes off on Halloween. Who knows? It's maybe like 8 o'clock, but we're little kids, right? It's pitch black out. All the lights go off. We're all mad because the movie shut off. I'll make this fast, but this ties in with it.
Yeah. Take your time.
We go upstairs. The adults are gone. Again, this stuff can't happen this day, 2021. Adults are gone, and there's just the claw scratching across the back sliding door window. This is when we lived in Providence, so
Holy shit.
things happen in Providence, Washington Park back in the day.
There's some fireworks that happen when fireworks shouldn't be happening.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
that's Philly right now.
Yeah,
Always get fireworks. Always getting fireworks.
Yeah, it's weird how that works.
Right?
I've been there a couple of times. I know. Yeah, not just Philly. I mean, everywhere that has fireworks that shouldn't happen. But continue, Nate.
Yeah. Anyway, yep. So,
Yep. A wink. Yep.
We see the glove because back in the day, as you guys remember, they actually made them out of knives for a little bit, and then they're like, "Oh, these shouldn't be for kids." My older cousin had one, and it was missing. So now we're all panicking. We're freaking out
That's
because
awesome.
we're like, "He's alive." The oldest of us is maybe 9 years old, right? So we're like, "Oh man!" Then we see it scratching across the back sliding glass door window. So we're freaking out, getting chills thinking about it. And it was my mom, my aunt's like one of their best friends, Uncle Gino, we called him. This guy, he was just always around, like an uncle. So he
Yeah,
slams.
that was Rhode Island.
He slams the window. Blood's coming up everywhere. We're freaking out.
That's awesome.
The plastic save me, help me. So it was either my cousin or one of his buddies goes to open up the door, and he slams it again. And we look, and he gets like, it was the classic like whoop, and it pulled him. You know what I mean? Like it was his other hand. We see him get thrown over a deck, which is only like 5 feet to the ground. 10 minutes later, the lights go back on. All the parents show up, like, "Oh, what happened?" We're all in tears, screaming, and it was good old VHS, so it started playing right where it left off, and right into I forget which kill scene it was. But so now we're all freaking out. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Everyone wants to go home. It was a sleepover. No one was leaving. We're like, "Oh, Uncle Gino, he's gone. Freddy got him." Like, what are you talking about? Freddy's only a movie. Like, the glove's missing. All this stuff. Fast forward to the end. We walked outside. There was, fake blood all over the place, all over the window. And it was my aunt and my uncle, like, "We can't see this." They're pretending like the blood and everything wasn't there. We didn't see this guy for 2 months.
That's fucking awesome.
Straight no selling us. He shows up one day.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was for like the New Year's Eve party. He just walks in and he said, "Hi, like, you're supposed to be dead." He's like, "What are you kids talking about?" He forgot that he was hammered and he was an actor. And he did a lot of like extra stuff. He was in like a lot of TV shows back in the day. So he like threw himself over like into the walls and everything. He was a background actor and a stuntman. So he left and he went away for like a month to shoot some fucking mid-card TV show. But that's one of the things that I remember. And even a couple weeks ago, I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And when that part came up, it was like a flashback to like yesterday. I'm like,
just hits,
dude,
right?
I've been with that forever. But long answer. But
no, it's a great answer. That's what we needed. That's the whole reason why we had jump on there. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That goes in. That's exactly what we needed for this. This movie.
And the
soundtrack.
That's
exactly what we're. Thank you. The soundtrack's amazing, and that story really does harp on what we're talking about with these classic movies. With these movies that are, we don't need to go into the synopsis and the whole breakdown of the movie and tell you every single scene because we've never seen it ourselves. This is one of those movies that like this is essentially our love letter to the movie and almost the franchise as a whole, right?
This actually seriously goes into the question I really wanted to ask, and I was going to ask every single person here this one question. You could take this question literally however way you want it, answer it freely, and I'm going to ask it the question like this: what does Freddy Krueger mean to you?
You son of a bitch.
Oof.
He's the
Oof.
horror icon.
I won't say, I
There
won't
wasn't
give you
that
any
one,
more. Just think about the question. What do you
I'll
think?
do it right now.
I go ahead, Joe.
Because this
I know
works
what
with
I
me
wanna
because
say.
I do this with the Michael Myers shit all the time. Even with Jason, I say Jason's the anti-hero. He is the bully kid that we all want to be. Whereas like I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm gonna kill everybody. Where Michael Myers is like the fear, paranoia town of a small town. Freddy Krueger is almost that, but he's more of like your deepest, darkest secrets. Where it's like you try to hide what you try to hide something that poof. I had the word, but you just try to hide something. You try to hide something that, like, like, okay, like you go with the parents murdering him. It is murder, no matter what. He's an evil person, but it's still murder. So there's that secret, and it's almost like this weird, messed up revenge. Like, yeah, it's revenge for this killer, but it's not. He's not a good guy, So it's almost like he almost calls out to our darkest, like a different version of our darkest, deepest secrets. Where Michael Myers more of fears, he's more of our darkest secrets. And it's almost like with Nightmare, and I'll go with Ice Nine Kills, the song based on the movies. It's about like
Amazing.
projecting, because the song doesn't even really mention Freddy. It's more about projecting and keeping images in your mind. And when you keep those images in your mind, you're stuck on that fear. It's like that's why Nancy said, "I don't give you any more energy." And then when she opened the door, he disappears. But she wasn't strong enough to still beat him in some weird way, So that's where Freddy falls to me. It's almost like that energy, that darkest, deepest thing.
I like that. For me, it's my introduction to horror movies. It's the oldest memory I have of sitting with my mom, uh, watching. She needed a confidant. She needed a partner in crime when it came to watching these movies as a youth. She was very alone. My upbringing is my upbringing. Most people know it now, and who don't, I'll gladly fill you in or go watch old episodes. We kind of chiseled down it. Me and Ben are a generation apart, so we grew up very, very different. When I grew up, it was just me and my mom, essentially. And my boogeyman in real life, without what I got to see all the time, in real life, the horror depictions that I got to see and witness with my own eyes, with my own upbringing, I think this was my mom's way of like showing me like, oh, you don't have to be afraid of the boogeyman. Like you can get past this.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted me to like, this was her. I don't know because she would have to tell you herself, but I've always taken it as like her making me watch horror movies with her, even if I was hiding under a blanket, scared as a 4 or 5 year old kid. Like I remember 4 or 5 years old being like, "Mom, this is scary." She'd be like, "No, no, just watch it." Like she was preparing me for what I was going to see in real life. Like I saw real blood, I saw real trauma, I saw real danger, and I saw so seeing it fictionalized, I think prepared me for like life. So what Freddy Krueger does for me is that's my original remembrance of like my first horror fictional character being like, oh, the boogeyman, you can get past him. Like you can beat the boogeyman. You just have to like figure out a way how. So like that's what I have it as. Like that's the first I remember. Like I remember vivid memories of like watching the TV show with her. Like there's one I've never gone back to look at it because it reminds me of like some weird shit. But there's an episode where he's like almost doing like the Krueger thing where he was like introing the show, the episode that he was going to talk about because it was an anthology show. And he like goes to like eat like a brain or something. Like I've never seen it again. I just remember as like a 4 or 5 year old kid seeing like Freddy Krueger like eat like a brain. It was really odd. Or maybe he was like cutting it open. I don't know. That's just what I have in my head. So it's fucked with me. And then I remember
Hannibal
all the
Krueger.
movies. Very odd. But I remember all the movies since then. And then like I have really vivid memories of like seeing what's the one with the where he calls. I think it might have even been the first one. My brain's kind of fucking foggy right now. But there's one scene where like he calls and they answer the phone and like
That's
his tongue
Nance.
comes out.
Yeah,
Is that the
it's
first
the
one?
first
That's
movie.
part
It's
one.
the first one. Is
Yep.
it? Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember like watching that with my cousins Jess and Mel at a house that I lived in. Remember Hurricane Bob? The 3 people that were old enough to live through Hurricane Bob when it happened in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
Right?
I definitely remember.
Right. Yeah, before your time. So during Hurricane Bob, like a day or two, a couple days before it, me and my cousins were watching that movie, and then there's some real life shit happened in my family, and somebody might have in my family gotten assaulted with a baseball bat,
Oof.
and somebody, it might have been one of my uncles hitting another one of my uncles, and I remember hearing this whole conversation via caller, not caller, before voicemail. What the fuck was it called?
Answer machine.
Answer machine. Thank you. Answer machine. I remember hearing that scene. So some bad shit was happening. So me and my two older cousins were left alone to watch this movie. We rented a bunch of them. I'm like 7 years old when Hurricane Bob came through. And I remember like watching this movie with my two cousins. And then as that scene happens, my phone rings. Just like a Nate memory. This is real shit. My phone rings and it's one of my uncles trying to, like, as my dad already left to go deal with this situation, talking about how if you show up here, I'm gonna hit you with a bat next. And like so all I have as a child memory wise is seeing Freddy Krueger call somebody with his tongue out, and then literally while that's going on, my voicemail, like the answer machine recording somebody threatening my dad with a baseball bat. I'm like, oh, okay, normal childhood. Awesome. It goes along with Nate's fireworks. I have a lot of those myself. So for me, realistically, like Nightmare on Elm Street is my first depiction of horror. But if it was my first depiction of horror where it was like, oh, the boogeyman's not real, like you like, or if he is real in real life, whatever you depict him as, you can beat him. You just got to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what all these movies were to me. So odd, kind of a touching story, but like it ties into the rest of the show, so it's poignant. But that is really why I'm more grounded to these movies than like the Friday the 13th or the Halloween. That's why, because these are the first ones I remember. So yeah, good memories though in the long run. That's why I wear them on my shirt. Look at it's right there. All right, Nate.
We are all dream warriors.
Yeah, I'm going next, so Benny can go last because I'm not going to be the last person.
No, fuck his young blood ass. He doesn't remember what the fuck we're all talking about. He don't know what Hurricane Bob is.
Guess I suck.
So, I'm gonna
1993.
With yeah, right. I want to answer this with also the other half of my answer for when you said about what this movie is for Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know me all too well.
We're friends now, yeah.
My only crutch and weakness is a pretty brunette with a pointy nose and thin eyebrows. So
all right, I'll be right over. All you do is ask. Like, okay.
Keep those glasses on, sir. Keep those glasses on.
Oh yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Oh man,
best movie. So for as much as we have, again, we're wrestling fans. You need a heel and you need a face. As much as Freddy is the heel, Nancy is the face. So for this movie, I think this is her best outing.
Oh, dude,
a rogue streak in her hair from X-Men, like
so awesome.
So like Wes Craven, I love it, and I even when I watched it over the summer, I had more of an affinity toward because I'm like, oh, for other probably subliminal things in my own head that I whatever.
We go deep.
Yep. I'm not talking about that on this, but with this movie, she was like, and it's so funny because she's still young, but she's supposed to be like an adult in a sense. Like she's a psychiatrist.
It was 6 years.
It was 6 years. Yeah, so there was enough to give her that gap, I guess.
Yeah, but she still looks like 21. She's all in like a nice business suit. You know what I mean? But with this, she really steps up as like, and what is she? She's like an intern therapist. She lived through all of it. She's supposed to be helping the next people, and even your boy Kincaid that sleepwalks. Another Scream 3. I'm working with Kincaid Dewey, so there's another Wes Cravenism for you.
Nice. Kincaid doesn't sleepwalk. That was Philip.
Whatever. CM Punk, Philip, it's all the same.
I love Nate.
Brooks, yep.
I love Nate.
But
I mean, he saw Philip sleepwalk, but
this guy.
Have a nice stroll, asshole.
That's what it is, yeah. So Nancy was the best. But even with that, like, this is probably equivalent to my Star Wars as a kid, where you have that woman,
Makes sense.
that lead, which is also why I prefer female lead singers and movies with
Oh,
a
so
strong
that's why you
female
like
lead.
Villa Vallis so much.
Boom, you know it. Hey, nice hat.
True.
Same
I can-
thing with elevators. There we go.
I'll
Great.
take
Now
that
we got
off.
True.
three bald guys here, and the one dude that still has his hair held the old
Maybe.
school.
I mean,
Why do you
it's
think
all
I
there.
keep it
We're
on?
good.
It's for style,
Yeah.
okay?
like Ben kind of relates with Eddie in this picture with the beard, but me and Nate look more like.
Ed's trying to get all those bald guys to fight each other.
Hey, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's trying to
You gotta work with
pin
what you
us.
got, Nate. You're a wrestling fan. Work with what you got, bud. You know. Also, real quick, I was just gonna throw this out there. Speaking of female front ladies, that new Spirit Box album is. If you haven't listened to it, I just
Good
want to throw
stuff.
that.
Yeah, but I said it,
Yeah.
and everyone says I'm fucking crazy, and I'm.
I thought about that.
No, I'm not saying you.
I'm
I'm not saying
I
you.
get me in the mood for it because there's a lot more.
I played it on the show. I
her
played
voice
it
is
on my.
amazing.
I have a music podcast where I play music.
Never
I
heard
played
of
it
it.
a year ago. Suck its dick.
Never heard of
Hurt You is the
Freddy.
best.
It's a lot of that today on this episode.
That's why.
Nate,
That's why
finish
they keep me
finish
for the
this.
big bucks.
I liked where Nate was going with that. Finish your
finish
You
your
waste time. I
reasoning.
want to follow up with him
Yeah.
on something real quick.
And then
Yeah,
Benny's
then
gonna
it's-
finish up, and then
Yeah, and it's
we can
my
pretty much your
turn.
final thoughts. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. So Nancy being a huge part in this and really taking that main event with them, going back and forth. She's the one that could beat him. So she's like as I was saying, the Princess Leia to Star Wars. It's like what grounds these wild movies and adventures. As crazy as it is, she still holds it together, and I feel she's like the symbolism and what makes these movies real.
I
So
agree.
so with like the whole thing, same thing. We had all the crazy slash movies growing up, but this one was the only one or franchise that stuck with me throughout all of it. Maybe I'm not even a Wes Craven fanboy because most of the stuff I'm not a fan of, but from Wes Craven and then even to one again, not bringing Scream into it, but those are like my favorite characters.
What Nancy to Sydney, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say that for later too, but yep. So, granted, maybe he didn't really change his his repertoire over the years. Stick with what you're good at. Get your 5 moves of doom.
I mean, I was gonna say Rachel McAdams. He made sure to make her look as brunette as possible in Red Eye. I mean, it's like anything else.
Yep. But Freddy.
That's funny.
Freddy was my horror icon growing up. Yeah, we had Jason. Later on we got Pinhead. There's a couple other ones, Chucky, all of those. But
listening to Nate, I just realized that out of the 3 big boys, Friday the 13th is the only one that doesn't have a constant lead female protagonist. Meaning, like, Halloween starts off with Laurie Strode, and now essentially ends with it, right? And then this movie has Heather Langenkamp, or Nancy rather.
Nancy Thompson.
So, Nancy.
It had some strong. There was like Pam from Part 2 was a strong female lead.
I feel like Pamela Voorhees was a pretty strong female lead.
That's funny.
Come on, motherfucker. You know what I mean.
I want to jump on Nate real quick. Jump with Nate, not jump on him, but jump with him on.
I'll jump on him.
On
you
with
jump on him, you might hurt him. You're a big fella.
With me as a, with me being a fan of the Freddys and Jasons and Michael Myers, and then you have those pockets of those heroes and those continuing. Like you said, Nancy's not in the franchise as long as some other characters. Nancy is that anchor within the Nightmare on Elm Streets. With Jason, we said earlier, the Tommy Jarvis's his story is the strong. So it's not a strong female. There's strong females in the Friday 13th, but his development within those trilogies was awesome. And then of course Sam Loomis with me. We have Laurie Strode, but Sam Loomis's Thorn trilogy or his story, like so there's that plays off with like those characters, but Nancy's still a badass compared to those.
Freddy sells
There's
it.
collusion.
Everyone else is up next. Jason,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Myers. Again, wrestling terms, you got to sell those facials, brother. You got Freddy.
All this.
Every time he's taking a bump, he's getting electrocuted. He's getting shot. There's a lot more emotion.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the Laurie Strode's, even though we got the 3 different versions, I'm kind of like in the newer one, but yeah, but still, yeah.
and to give Nancy her credit, man. Like
I
Nate
love
said,
Nancy.
Nate said that Nancy's the heel to the. I mean, Nancy's the face of the fucking Freddy Krueger heel, right? She was the one that first put him in the fucking ground. Not even Jason Voorhees could do that, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy did it. Fucking Nancy was the one to do it. Look at that. So, right there. Sam, give him a little credit. Calling Jason Voorhees out as a pussy because even he couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, Freddy. That was a great. With the third one, that was a great ending, or ending to a heroic character in a conclusion to
she
that. She
sacrificed herself for the greater good, I guess.
That's still one of the best ones out of all franchises.
And I'll try to make mine brief for the Freddy Krueger point, and because this one is pretty much the same thing, but mine is so mine is different. So it starts off with our mommy. We both came out of the same V. I know it's really hard to imagine. Yep, that same part, that same canal. Just picture this, and we both did this, and came out like that. And then, it's true. And
different facial expressions.
So it's the same thing. So she was the reason why I saw the first movie. That's part 1 is the first movie I remember seeing. Like, not just horror, not just anything. That's the first movie, and I was terrified of it. You can even ask him right there, because they would ask, "What movie do you want to watch?" And then it would be that. What was it, Ed? Morpin' Coppin or E.T.
Mortal Kombat, you were fucking terrified.
Morpin' Coppin.
We didn't like E.T. It was Mortal Kombat that you were terrified of.
So those are always the things.
There was a Saturday morning cartoon, the Tales from the Crypt Keeper, the Saturday morning cartoon.
Love that show.
Fucking terrified of when he was a kid, like terrified. As soon as but then he would sit and watch it. Like, it was only the opening scene, like the opening credits or whatever. As soon as that would hit, he would bolt out of the fucking room, and then as soon peek around the corner as soon as the show started, and watch the cartoon. It was really weird.
That's me also with Ivan Ooze with the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, that used to fuck with it too.
I fucking love that movie now, though. Anyway, but then it became more than that, because then it was from her, and then that's also how I saw part 2. One of my few favorite old moments or memories as a kid was him being getting all fucking pumped, and we would go to Movie Time Video, and we would literally look up and down at the movies. One of my favorite moments literally ever as a kid is he got so fucking excited for Freddy's Dead, and we saw the DVD of it, and he's like, "Motherfuckers, they better have the 3D glasses." And they had the 3D glasses in it, and we watched it. It was at Andy's house.
Yeah.
And we went
Hollywood Video.
Yeah. Oh, right. We went to Hollywood Video for that one. Yeah, because
that might have been Blockbuster.
Movie
Time was around when we lived at Andy's. That was either Hollywood or Blockbuster. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. But so I remember he was like, "Dude, you gotta see Freddy's Dead with the 3D glasses on." So you had me watch it, and I was like, "Yep, it's a movie." But you were so fucking pumped for this shit that it was like, holy shit. So we watched all of the.
What Ben's missing is, I rented the DVD.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Had the 3. But what you're missing is the DVD didn't have the 3D glasses. I had 3D glasses.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Okay, yeah.
No, that's what it is. For something that Rosie had as a little a little kid. So I had 3D glasses, a set of them. And then when I came across the DVD had the 3D.
The 3D mode. You had to put it on.
Yeah. Because we had the VHS growing up, but the VHS didn't have the 3D mode. So I had always heard that there was a 3D version of the film in the theater, but didn't see it in the theaters. So when I finally got to see it, 12 years later or whatever it was, after the movie had come out on DVD, they released it with a 3D version, which you can find. It's not hard to find. It's on every one of the DVD versions.
Yeah.
But you just have to have 3D glasses. But you have to have the old school red and blue.
What's on Joe's shirt if he stands up a little bit.
Yeah,
there you go.
So exactly. You have to have that. You have to have those glasses, and it does work. I mean, it works.
Same with Friday 3. It was the same shit.
Fucking 30-second. Yeah, it's all a 30-second. It's different because that whole movie is designed like that. This is literally the last
It was
fucking 4
it
minutes.
was right
And
when
even
what's her
then, it's
face
only
puts
really
the
a couple scenes.
glasses on, and then she
Yeah,
They
goes
do
to
it for my
Freddy's
Bloody
brain.
Valentine remake too, but it's not as good as like the real D
so-
3D.
Well,
in the
again, that was when the 3D craze came back and they made 3D
Yeah.
TVs and everything. This
and that
is-
was the
we're
best
talking,
one.
And
Correct.
this goes to
we're talking like
Yeah.
something we hadn't seen since like it was only a thing you could see in
Well, no, the
theaters.
DVD version of that movie does
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
right. So that was him showing me all of these
that's what happened,
all of these Freddy movies. This is true with Ed. I've never seen a Halloween movie besides the remake, and I've never seen a Friday the 13th movie. Literally, I don't remember it. Maybe we did. I don't remember it. It was
I don't
always
think I ever let
Nightmare
you
on Elm
watch those
Street.
because there was always a lot of titties in them. So you being so much younger than me, like I would let
Right.
you watch horror movies, but if they had
A
the Friday
gratuitous
movies,
amount of
the Friday
tits,
movies really are gratuitous, like
especially
sex
part
scenes. So
5.
I never really like let you watch those. I would let you watch Nightmares because once in a while, like this movie has a quick titty scene with the nurse fucking with Joey, whatever. But it's so fast, I can be like, hey, man, close your eyes. But the rest of it's like you can kind of get away with it. There's nothing gratuitous about it where they're clearly designing the scene so you can just see a naked girl. Most of the Friday movies are like that. So that's why I never really let you watch them.
And then this goes to my literal, like, my favorite fucking thing. Dude, like, I'm not kidding. As a kid, this was probably my favorite thing because I did not have a very eventful fucking childhood as a kid. I sat in my room a ton because, you know, I had to live with, you know, Papa Bear sometimes, and I would just sit in my room and play GameCube all day.
Again, different generation.
Right. Sure. I know. And, you know, but anyway, regardless, it's not a pissing contest here.
No, it's nothing wrong. You were better off.
He took me to see Freddy versus Jason, and that's all I wanted to see. It was on my birthday.
The day it came out.
No, it was on my birthday. Was it?
Yeah, but it was the day. It was the day.
All right, so then it was like a week or two before, but it was for my birthday.
The movie, yeah, but the movie we saw it the night it opened, and we had to go all the way to Providence to see it because it's the only place that still had tickets.
Right.
And I had to from there. I had to go all the way back to East Greenwich and drop you off.
Yeah, because
I went to a party in Providence.
It was me, you. It was the real life remake Freddy Krueger that was with us, and there was a couple. There was a couple other people, and that's like all I remember is just seeing this movie and being so fucking blown away that it's Freddy fighting this random hockey mask guy that I've never really seen before.
Yeah,
and it was just
oh, I never looked at it the way you just set it up. I've never really thought about it like that.
So like
that makes a lot more sense on why that movie impacted.
It's such a big deal that like it was this huge, and like I remember all the fucking commercials, like they compared body counts, and like they even compared like Chucky's body counts and shit, and it's like nothing touches Jason Voorhees.
They hyped the living shit out of it.
And like,
yeah, the fucking face off, almost like an MMA fight where they stood off from each other.
Yeah, and it was a boxing. It was, and they did it in Las Vegas, and Robert Englund was in the makeup and shit. That literally blew my mind. So to have Freddy Krueger and like finally be able to see him in the theaters meant so much to me, and that really opened my mind to like what a serial killer or a slasher villain could be. Was Freddy Krueger being like, he doesn't care, he'll make jokes, he'll crack whips, whereas before it was Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, they wouldn't say shit. You had Norman Bates, who was just a crazy guy, and you know, and then you'd have the heroes like Ash Williams and all that. That was what I saw. So that's always what meant a lot to me. So not only is Freddy Krueger mean that a lot to me for movies perspective, but it just, I don't know, it made a lot for me as a kid as a whole. And, you know, it makes it, this movie the best horror movie ever made. So
I get it.
Best horror movie. I love it. If we ever do a real Bonded by Horror on that, you will see me geek out and worship it.
The last thing I'm gonna just steal from Ben's thunder there is what, as I'm going through and going, Ben kind of picked this movie out, and like Joe and Ben know how much I love the next movie we're gonna talk about, so it's almost like their love letter. It's them making me talk about how much I love the next movie. I gotta be honest, Joe. I'm kind of surprised this month we didn't do Phantasm, but we didn't think about like movies we love.
Oh no, we will be doing Phantasm. We will be doing it.
Like so that might have to be the first.
We don't need to do that for spooky season. We should do. We can do it whenever.
That's gonna have to be in November. We have to do Phantasm in honor the fact that you let Ben talk about this or you were all about Ben talking about this, and you were all about me talking about fucking the next movie. I don't want to spoil what it is until we're done here and take away from that. But we got to give you your fucking your time to shine, because the only person I know.
Oh, I thought I've been ranting on really good a lot of stuff.
I guess, and my thing off is like, yeah, you guys are definitely older than me for sure, and like you guys remember Hurricane Bob, and
fuck, man.
All I'll say is
you're saying my gray hairs are making older than you?
All I'll say is the reason why I bring that up is Ed made the proverb that Chris McKinney made previously, is sure you'll like Metallica, or that's what I said.
The saying goes like this. The saying goes, and again, I'm probably gonna be fucking paraphrasing it, but something along the lines of, you might like more Metallica than I do, but I love Metallica more than you.
That's me with Freddy Krueger. You guys will definitely like more Freddy Krueger than me, like New Nightmare. God bless you guys. But I promise you, I will love Freddy Krueger. It means Freddy Krueger means like so much to me, and he's a fucking child murderer piece of shit
I know,
guy.
Right?
it's kind of weird.
I'm glad you said that.
It's kind of weird for me to be like, this guy's like my fucking hero in
so
horror.
many times. I talked about it with Nate so many times. Like, it's like one of our biggest heroes is horror fans is Freddy Krueger. And it's like, he's a dirty bastard.
Weirdly enough,
think about all the child toys that were made in the 80s and still to this day.
The talking Freddy figure for Nightmare 3.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, there's so much shit that's glorified for this fucking child murder / rapist, and
it's so weird. And it's so weird that I'll say this too.
Being a horror fan.
Freddy Krueger
fucking twisted world.
Is the reason why my second favorite superhero is my second favorite superhero. Good old Snicket Wolverine, bitch, because of this.
See, that's where Freddy Krueger and Wolverine were my two things as a kid. So,
like, dude, that the claws and shit just means so much to me. I don't know why, but like,
it's a primal thing.
And I'll say this too. I was so fucking wasted like a week ago, and I was just, that's it. No, that's all it was. No, I was scrolling through, and I wanted to buy this replica real glove of the FVJ glove. Is the same thing, and I wanted it so bad. I was like, you know what? I'll pass today. And
then you clearly bought it off of Wish, and that's what you got.
And that's what I got. And I bought it off Wish, and here it is. I can't even wear it.
Fucking, I just broke Nate.
Because like this thing is pretty shitty. It sucks.
This Freddy claw.
Nate knows exactly what I meant by that. Them bent ass claws.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked it didn't come even more like perverse or whatever. Like, that's really funny.
I love it. Yeah, it could have been way worse. It could have had a dick hole in the fucking palm.
Yeah,
excuse you, it does. It's like a fleshlight. I can fuck this hand.
What did you say? A fleshlight?
It's a fleshlight? Yeah, I could get a little fleshlight, but I could.
Oh my god, a flesh hole.
Yeah, make a cute little flesh hole.
That's what I see.
Wait, no, Joe, have you never seen a fleshlight before? That's a real thing. Wait, did we just wait? That's not the story. That's not a conversation for this show right now.
No.
But Joe's never seen a fleshlight before? Holy shit! We're gonna wait.
I thought it was a joke. Oh Jesus Christ!
No, fleshlight's real, bud.
You're gonna find out real fast. You're gonna find out.
Why do you want to see links of it, bud?
I'm not doing this tonight.
No, we will. No, we're not gonna talk about it on this show because
I can't.
A child show.
We just wait for you go from a child murdering child pedophile to a fleshlight. That's a little
listen, motherfucker.
You don't connect
Ben doesn't remember Hurricane Bob. He's only a child. It's not his fault.
Listen, this show is also sponsored by Adam and Eve. Thank you guys. Pick up your fleshlights today, and we could make a custom one in here.
Wait, that's
what this is.
Makes sense. The hole in the palm is so you can go.
Yes, it's a spit. It's a spit hole.
Hole.
Because we're sponsored, Joe. Good job. We're sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Your face.
For discreet,
3 hours into this one?
Discreet packaging, straight to your door.
Yeah, discreet. Cause some janky
and
ass
Nate is actually in on it. I texted him previously, and he's repping his Adam and Eve gear. You just can't see it because we can't show it on YouTube.
Oh, so he's gonna be like, a whole Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
I gotta get paid for it.
Well, Nate's catchphrase.
Slime, but not the kind you want.
Well, it's tough because Nate's catchphrase is actually Bustin' makes him feel good.
Yeah, he's gonna be crossing the streams.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Adam
Oh,
Lee
and
for some
also,
cream.
all I'm saying is, Nate, we have to figure out, me, you, and possibly Ben, because we'll all be up here. Obviously, we got to figure out Afterlife viewing. Go see it and do a quick parking lot review. I'll just flip my fucking camera on. We do a quick review and we'll throw it up
hell
on
yeah.
the YouTube.
I already got 3 dates lined up for viewing, so I'll
So
send you a text.
you'll probably already see it. You'll probably already see it 14 times.
Yeah,
by
the
time
way
we
with
end
the way I am with
we'll figure it
Halloween
out.
Kills, he's gonna be with Ghostbusters.
I can't wait. I want to get every reaction I can get from Nate on our fucking programming for that, because it's technically horror related and it has to do with family. So we got to get Nate O'Mac on there. So we'll figure something out for that. But, all right, let's wrap this
I
one
think
up.
it's
Anybody
time
want
for
to
the
give
review of the points or
let's
whatever
do-
the fuck it's called?
So in honor of how awesome this show has been, thank you, Nate, for gracing us with your presence tonight.
Thank you for
So
having
much
me on.
fun.
I've been waiting.
So much fun having you,
Years to
dude.
be on
It
one of the many adventure podcasts.
brother, you already know I love you. You know everybody here loves you.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need more people to just jump in and like this. It's so much fun to have that happen. We'll start doing that more often.
True
but
hangout feeling.
it just does. It just, when you're just talking shit about a movie, man, it's so much fucking fun. But so in honor of fun, right? Let's have only straight talk here. Our last group session. Our last group session.
That was awesome.
Straight talk here in this room. You're welcome. How many bottles of Hypnosil, 1 out of 10, does this movie get? In honor of that. Am I that good, guys? Is that gentlemanly like? Is that, did I do okay there? I feel like I did. All right. 1 out of 10 bottles of Hypnosil. Whoever would like to go first. I feel like Ben should go last tonight, only because this is his movie. So
Yeah.
let Ben go last. Does anybody want to go first? I'll go first if nobody else wants to.
Oh, go ahead.
Joe?
Right away. What?
Joe, go. No, Joe,
I'm
go.
gonna say,
Go, please go.
what I give HK? I'm gonna give this a 9.8 Hypnosil pills out of 10.
Like you dumped a few out.
I dumped a few out only because that mirror scene was amazing and the ending was amazing, but in between it's almost like, oh hey, we defeated him with Joey's voice. That's it. Oh, Nancy's gonna fall for the fact she's got killed by her father. That's it. Great. It's again great scene, but in between I'm like, come on. Even when I was a kid, I was kind of like, come on. And it's a great scene. It's all great. But
I don't
like
remember us. I don't remember us
led to
bringing
that
up earlier, but I might not have heard that earlier. So that's
a little bit.
We
but not
definitely
much.
mentioned it, like in the junkyard
Yeah.
scene, but
that's a good. I think I was
Yeah,
when that was.
yeah.
Yeah. So like that alone, that little part would not make it a 10 for me. Only because like you could have given something else. You could have still kept it there, but give us a little more than just all of a sudden we're going to just lead to that. So 9.8. So it's still it's one of the best horror movies.
One of the best, yeah.
One of the best. There's so much to it. So yep.
I'll give it a 9. I don't know about your decimal system. I'll go a gentleman's 9. If New Nightmares in my eyes, this gets a 9.
All right, I like it. Nate, straightforward. 9 out of 10 bottles of Hypnosil or pills of Hypnosil, whatever you want there, which way you want to call it. I like either one. We do decimals here, Nate, just because it makes it a little more fun and
don't make sense sometimes, but it's just fun.
It doesn't make sense at all. That's what makes sense about it, because it doesn't make sense, and that's what's fun about it.
9.2. Final answer.
So, motherfucker, that's what I was just gonna say. But that's okay. We're supposed to be able to do that. So 9.2 bottles of Hypnosil or pills of Hypnosil, whichever one you want to look at it.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Like it.
I was
flowers are still thin.
So good. So many things we can talk about. I am man, this is a hard one because I've already stated before, there's only a very select few movies that are going to get just an honest 10 from me, and this is as close to what you're going to get to not being in that echelon of 10 movies for me, like 10 out of 10 for me. Man, I'm in like I've gone back and forth between 9.5 and 9.2.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm feeling it right now, I'm gonna give this a 9.35 bottles of Hypnosil.
I'm 9.35. Wow.
Because I can't go as high as Joe because He's right, actually. I have a few of the screeching
With
screams.
Patricia Arquette.
I'll be honest, this was closer to like a 9.75 before that happened tonight. When I immediately went, oh, we're gonna review this one, easy, almost 10. Let's give it something above a 9.5. And then that shit happened a couple times, and I went, oh wow, I don't remember that being that rough, but that happened. No big deal, not that weird, not as bad as Weird Mouth in some movies. But and we definitely don't have any issues with.
So you're saying you like
Fear
Street? Oh, you like Fear Street more than this movie?
I never said that.
I
never gave a single episode of Fear Street more than a 9.25.
I know.
You're full of shit if you're saying that.
Damn.
I think I gave the
I almost
second
had
episode
you.
8 point something.
Yeah.
No way. Not even close. No, I have problems with mouths on a lot of movies. I almost text you guys the other night about something. Shit. You're getting me off track.
That's
I'll
a great story.
Don't do that. Don't get him off track.
No, don't get me off track betting. Yeah, 9.35. Because I'm feeling frisky.
That's good.
And I'm close to Nate where he's feeling that. I was a little bit higher than that though because it does deserve it. I'm gonna give it a 9.35 bottles of Hidden Cell. So go for it, Ben.
Man, I can't believe it. I can't believe not a single person here besides me is gonna give it a straight up 10 out of 10. This to me, I've said it. I've already spoiled it. It wasn't a prediction. It was a spoiler that I was gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I've said it 100 times. I've mentioned this movie and FVJ or at least Freddy Krueger in every fucking episode prior to this. There's a reason. It's not a bit. It's not a fucking. Yeah. It's not a joke, dude. Freddy Krueger to me is like I could watch any single one of those movies except New Nightmare back to back to back to back. It means so much to me. Like I love this fucking movie. For me, like this is actually how I put my top 3 movies. It's Nightmare Before Christmas is number 1. Sorry everybody. Terminator 2, and then Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. And like
this kid was like birthed out of our childhood. It's like this is stuff we should be saying.
This is where it's him. I
did a good job.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like
this is my gift to the world. This has been.
And then after that, it's probably honestly probably Aliens. Aliens is up
Good
there. Now probably also Freddy. Friday.
Oh man! Oh, I'm sorry.
RoboCop is up. RoboCop's top 10. First Blood, Predator. Which is weird because like I don't know, but anyway, I could ramble on for fucking years and years about how much I could love and appreciate this movie. But all I'll continue to say is it is a 10 out of 10. I literally cannot think of anything bad for me. Like, yeah, Patricia Arquette screaming can be a little, jarring at first. But it adds to it. In my opinion, I like it. I think she is a scream queen of sorts.
I agree with that.
And she deserves that title. This is the best Freddy Krueger has ever been. Yes, I mean that over this.
I agree.
He has the best one-liners. He has the best kills in this movie. He has the best smart-assness with the whole fucking the needles and everything's great. It's just so good. This is what a horror movie should be: stupid, cheesy, fun, and a guy killing people. That's it.
Still very scary.
Yeah. And scary. How the fuck did you manage that? How did these people manage that? To have him say stupid one-liners like "Are you tongue-tied, Joey?" and then still have it manage to be scary, like that. Like the opening bit.
There's still a tone to accomplish.
The opening bit where Kristen's walking through the house is actually still scary. Where she sees all of the spirits hanging up in the basement, still fucking scary. Like that shit's still terrifying. The whole idea of getting stuck with needles. My roommate is literally terrified of needles. So when he watches this movie next week, he's gonna get terrified and watching those weird little pepperoni holes go.
Wait a minute, hold on. Does Braden watch all these after we review them?
No.
I've noticed a trend here.
No. He's been watching all the Nightmare movies finally because I asked him to. So he watched the first one 2 weeks ago. He just watched Nightmare 2 today. And And then I told
That
him
must
to
have been
watch
a lot
it.
for him.
I said that there's a lot of themes in the movie.
There are.
And then I told him just to watch the documentary to go along with it.
Yeah.
Because then he'd really get it. But that's it. Like, it's just this movie means a lot more to me than just a movie. It's, you know, for me with horror, it's fucking Freddy Krueger's like everything. I can't picture a better serial killer slasher than Freddy Krueger. Like I in my head, there's no one that even comes close. I don't know.
I like it. Good representation, Benjamin. Well said. Well stated. Gentlemen, this was a fucking banger of a show. Thank you 1,000 times to our last minute, or halftime guest, NATO Mac. We've been dying to get you on the show. What a fucking way to get you on the show. We had a few. Dan Martin actually said that he wanted to jump in this one too.
Yeah, we gotta find a movie for him. We gotta see what he's like.
We gotta find a movie.
Why not Toxic Avengers with Dan?
Luckily, that would be a great one. Luckily, Nate happened to be watching this one live. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping more of that. Like, hey, you're watching this live, jump in. Like, jump in live, because that's so unexpected. We didn't plan this. We didn't talk about this ahead of time. It just fucking happened. We figured out a way to.
I had to delete my Netflix app. I had to delete my Disney app, and there was a third app I had down. I had no space left for this Discord thing, so I went above and beyond.
So we'll we'll let you know when we do the actual show. You could do the switch again.
Cool, because I need to re-download my Disney and Netflix app on my phone.
Do you have any laptop or tablet or anything with a camera?
Nah.
We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out next time. Next time we'll be more. We'll be prepared for it. We'll get you set up.
Nate will be in slow motion like you because he uses the phone.
It's true.
Yeah, me and Nate both. I've noticed we both paused a couple times. I'm like, shit, did I lose him again? I'm like, whatever.
See this perfect quality that I bring to the table, and
I kind of like it. I like the charm of it. So.
No, it's great. But binoculars. Cell phones are better than binoculars.
I try. I got it. In post production, that's how we'll clean it.
I literally since we started this show, I've actually I've upgraded my internet so it was faster. So I could
what a trooper.
Be shown live.
You haven't shut down in the middle of the show, which is really funny. You haven't done it yet though.
What's funny is while the show's going on, to me, while I'm watching it, we're all the same speed the whole time. Which is really weird. And then when I watch them back, I'm like, and then I'll have like a blip where you'll see it normal. Then I get like real choppy again, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because on my side, it never does that. So it's so weird.
Yeah, problems this whole time. But me and Ed are also about 12 streets away from each other. So yeah. We're on the same page.
Well, maybe it's that area, maybe.
Yeah, this area, no matter what you do, it sucks. Whether you have the best Wi-Fi ever.
You're both very close to the water, so.
Yeah, we're in that weird pocket where we just have.
Oh, so you guys can be strangers by the lake.
Oh man, yeah, that's
I was gonna be a Cthulhu joke, but shit, man.
Hey, you ain't wrong either way. So, welcome, NATO Mac. We've talked about you 1,000 times on the show. We're glad to finally have your presence here. It's been a blast. We'll get you on very, very soon. Anytime that that you're chatting along, hey man, you know how to get on now. So like, if you know that you're gonna be chatting along, literally just be like, hey man, if I've seen a movie, jump in. So it's never. I want. And it's not just to you. It's an open invite to anybody that jumps in on these. If you're watching this live, fucking jump in, man. Like hit us up and be like, hey man, do you mind if I jump in for a minute? Fuck yeah, come on. Like, well, that's what we want. We want to build a cool community. So it takes a while to build one of those. We have a good foundation with the four of us and Steve and a few other people. So let's get some plugs out there. NATO Mac, where can people find you? Let everybody know.
Oof. I think my Instagram is NATOMax616.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And that's all I really look at because I'd rather see a picture than people writing.
You're right. You're right, and you're better off because at least you can tell what people's intentions are. So I agree.
Yes.
I agree with you. If it wasn't for wrestling and some certain family members, I would also be the same boat. But I am now back to wrestling and have to have an ability for people to be able to see certain things. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, go follow NATO Mac. He's a lot of fun. He's a soldier of the avant-garde. He is a gentleman that will randomly drop you off quite illustrious gifts things like Ecto Cooler when you're not expecting them, or Surge, or fucking Ultimate Warrior figures are like the coolest shit. Sometimes I'm like, oh, like Nate must have been here. Here's a fucking 6-pack of Surge. It's the coolest shit.
Yeah, right.
So thank you, Nate. It's always the coolest shit. I had a gentleman. Oh, I've never told you this. I'm gonna enshrine this real quick. One quick. I've been saving this for the Scream episode, but well, now we're gonna do it now. So real quick, I'll cut this out. When I bought my house in 2015, so the first Memorial Day that I had here in 2016, right? Because it was the following summer.
Yeah.
One of the guys that I worked with, very good guy, still have a lot of respect for him. As a housewarming gift, gave me a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. Not a cheap bottle of fucking scotch. It's a good bottle, right? We all know Johnny Walker Black. It's a good bottle. 70 somewhere in that range, right? Depending on where you buy it from. $55 to $70, depending on where it is. Not a cheap fucking excursion. Hey, housewarming present. Thank you very much for inviting me to your house for your cookout, blah, blah, blah. Not a month later, I take a picture with an Ecto Cooler because NATO Mac drops off a fucking like a 6-pack of them, like the juice box ones though, not the pop top ones, which weren't as good. The juice box ones were where it was at. Nate will attest to this. He had both. I guarantee. Maybe I'm wrong, but the juice boxes taste better in my opinion. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing. I don't know.
Still have
But they were hard.
cases.
God bless you. This probably still tastes fine too. That's the best part about those. So motherfucker drops this shit off, and I like a rave about it. And I'm taking pictures of Uncle Dobby or Ray, who's on my other show. I'm taking pictures of Rosie, Kristen, like everybody who's never had one of these things before. Like, you guys got to try this shit. I go into work the next day. This is a couple weeks after, the Johnny Walker Black thing. And I walk into work, and he goes, "Man, you're a fucking cheap date, huh?" And I went, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "I mean, if I had known all it would have taken to give you a housewarming gift was a couple of juice boxes, that's where I would have bought." And I went, "Pete, you clearly, sorry, I didn't mean to say his name, but Pete, you clearly have no understanding on how amazing juice boxes are." And what Ecto Cooler means." And he went, "I mean, I just don't get it. Bottle of scotch or some juice boxes." I went, "I mean, not for nothing, dude. One's a little more rare than the other."
Yeah, I had to drive to New York to get those. So that's like
That's what I'm
$70
saying.
in gas there and back.
At least, and not including the nostalgia factor that went into it. So, Pete, thank you very much. 1,000 thank yous. It was an amazing gesture that you gave me. Unfortunately, NATO Mac won that one.
Yeah, but Ecto
Not
Cooler.
unfortunately, fortunately. Hey, cheers to you, NATO Mac, for that wonderful gesture of a housewarming gift, whether it was meant to be that or not. 6-pack of Ecto Coolers over a bottle of fucking Johnny Walker Black. Take your pick. Take your pick. But so that's NATO Mac. Everybody, best in the world, best in the lake. I'm Eddie Vegas, Eddie_Vegas on some things, Eddie Vegas on other things. Eddie Big E, 1984. I think I'm on Twitter. Don't follow me on Twitter. It's a fucking useless wasteland there. Eddie_Vegas on Instagram is the big one. No, back to wrestling. I have an event coming up in 2 weeks. And you never know what's going to happen. Maybe there's going to be some live footage from some of us being in the same room. When that happens, who knows? We're working on that. Nothing. I don't want to spoil the kids, but go see Devil's Night, RWA. I believe it's in East Providence, Rhode Island. Tickets are like $10. I have a new shirt up. If you haven't been following the legend of Cannonball Eddie, I have my own vignettes up now. They're 20 minutes or so worth of them now, and a lot of fun. The new Insurgents of Wrestling has been the most fun I've had in a long time, outside of this, which is a breath of fresh air, along with my other podcast. So it's just another creative outlet that I have. So, and Bonded by Horror on Instagram. Go check us out there, and YouTube and all that other stuff. I run the Instagram, so I always say that. But Bonded by Horror. Please like, subscribe, comment, blah 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 blah. Gentlemen, the floor is yours. I'm done talking.
All right. JC Walsh here. You can follow me on Twitter, JC Horror. Whoops. Instagram and Slasher, JC Walsh 81. JC Walsh on Facebook is my page. Still behind on my newsletter, but that's gonna be coming out, and which will have a lot of stuff going on with my actual blog page and all kinds of future things planned. So Amazon.com, you can find me on, and also another horror review page with Amon Rosamilia doing 4 movies with a similar theme. We give a little quick breakdown, a little quick review on each of those, and then like our top ones out of each one. So that's kind of fun. No, it's really fun. I don't know why I said kinda. Both these shows are fun.
I got it.
I
get it.
so
I'm the same way.
yeah, and I was like, what? I think that's it. I think that's what I got. So yeah.
Easy for me, boys. It's you're on here, you know where to find me. Scrooge Champ on Twitch, on Instagram. I'll always say it. Don't bother on Twitter because I only use that to follow video game news and hot porn stars. So that's it. That's about it. Oh, and CM Punk, because you know he tweets the best. Coach, he's the best.
Excuse me.
And what time is it?
Clobbering time.
I've heard it's
But don't
clobbering
forget
time.
to buy your books as made
Oh, yeah,
famous
speaking
by
of, look,
Plugs.
finally,
Oh,
somebody
weird. A
is
new-
showing Within the Abyss of the Death
I need to
Island.
get that. I need to fucking get that book.
I'll bring. I'll
I've
be
been
in
dying.
town in 2 weeks. I'll bring some with me.
Bring a couple with me. I'll gladly
Yeah, and
download you.
I will pay you.
And I'll be right there
Pay
when
me,
I
bitch.
watch
Or
you sign
fuck
it.
you, pay me.
In yeah, I literally wanted to say "fuck you, pay me," Eddie Vegas.
I wanted to say New
Welcome to
Nightmare
the
is
Abyss.
bad.
Fuck you, pay me.
Wow.
13 Ghosts is a bad movie. That's why I want mine to say.
I want mine to say.
And I'll give you
I want mine to say-
$50.
I want mine to
I
say
will-
welcome.
I want it
to
in
the-
writing.
That page right out.
I want mine to say welcome to the Red Plain. Shit, wrong book. J.C. Walsh with
And
a bunch of A's.
I spell you're right.
The only thing
Yeah, this time.
I want mine to
Which is fine.
just write in big bold letters. Now that's a big Twinkie.
Motherfucker. I think
Alright.
he's onto
Alright.
something.
That
I think the boy's onto something.
I don't think I could reference Ghostbusters anymore. And
Oh, no, yeah,
I
you
mean, well,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
that, and it's
Oh, no,
true.
we
This
can
man has no
definitely
dick.
do that.
So
Yeah, it is true. This man has no dick.
Well, it's true. At least that's what I heard.
it's funny because all of us are pointing at Nate right now in my screen.
Oh shit! I'm pointing at Joe. I'm pointing at Joe in my
No,
screen.
you
I'm
and I
pointing at
just
my-
both pointed at Nate.
My screen, I'm pointing at Joe.
Nope,
So that's
not.
what you pointing down.
This is the
Oh,
live
shit,
one.
I was trying to.
This man has no dick. It's confirmed.
All
right.
I'm gonna point this way. Then.
We
I
were
don't
on
know
that.
where to point at.
That's Joe for both of us.
I don't know why. I
I'm
don't know why
gonna
I'm
point
down
at
this
random
long.
We
angles.
all have no penis.
random
It's
angles.
fine.
I think it's
Bill Murray
That's
said
not-
it.
The clown has no penis. All right.
time to wink out like somebody
Thank
being
you.
smashed to a TV.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Come back next
Thank
week,
you.
and no announcements ahead of time, but it might be a big one. That's all I'm saying. Just like this was
Yeah.
a big one, the last one was
Mhm.
big, but
Stay bloody.
Say the thing, damn it.
stay bloody, my friends. Oh, and also, this man has no penis.
I have
Bye.
my finger on the button. Bye.